But you yada over the best part.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Yadda Podcast, episode 147.
148.
148 here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Kansas City. It's the kid Joe Cornell in the building. Black Hype's here. Nelson's here. Sebastian! And we got River in the building today. So we got the whole squad, minus Sab. But, you know, she's always here in spirit as well. If Andre's here, she's here, man. But, hey, it's a beautiful Sunday. We fresh off the holidays. How's everybody feeling?
Man, feeling good, feeling fed. I'm blessed. Blessed to be here. Glad to be here.
Thankful to be here.
Man, thankful. I still got leftovers to dig into.
Hey, what's y'all go-to Thanksgiving dish? What do y'all look forward to every time?
Well, I'm young, so I can still eat macaroni and cheese and things that are lactose. So I enjoy macaroni and cheese a lot. I like ham a lot. I love some good rolls.
Yeah,
I'm
rolls.
a sucker for a good dinner roll too.
I like I wasn't that too big on ham like in previous years, but whoever like did it this year
Hey,
at the situation, they did their thing.
That thing was
fucking
hitting.
up the ham.
I think it was hitting.
No, it was
Pause.
definitely hitting. I'm simple, bro. I look for chicken.
Okay. He said,
I look for the chicken. So
who got the roast
what about
bird?
you?
I'm a big, stuffing and cranberry sauce kind of guy. I know that's a weird dish for people, but I like stuffing and cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce was going viral this year because I don't know if y'all saw.
No, what
but
happened?
the Ocean Spray, people were just getting cans of water, bro.
Oh, I've been seeing that.
Cracking it open.
Yeah.
Brand new can from Walmart. And there's nothing but water in there.
Hey, what kind of tease is that?
Literally,
y'all gonna get the ocean for real.
No, for real. That's what I was about to say.
We're
Think
going to throw
about
your
the
ass in the
ocean.
bottom of the ocean. You fuck around with us again.
No, for real. So, shout out to,
Shout out
current
to-
administration because without
shout out to
proper
the-
regulations.
Shout out to
we wouldn't have these
regulations they rolled
news.
back.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Just drop a bomb. Just clear it out.
Just get it out
bomb.
the way. Just get out the way. But yeah, man, we had a holiday weekend. We had a big show Friday. I DJ'd for Ty Faison's show, the 7 Ring show that they had in Kansas City. Ty Faison, The Babe Gabe, Monogram, and Paris Williams. Hosted by Sammy Sheets and Friends. Andre, you were there. You heard me DJ. How'd I do?
Did well. Did very good. During Joe's set, like the middle of it, we were setting up the live stream. So I was there, but I also wasn't there.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said you was just background noise.
He wasn't doing shit on
It
that
was theme
stage.
music, not background noise.
I was doing what I
theme
thought
music.
other
That's better.
DJs
There
do
it is.
on stage.
Everybody need, every
Yeah.
superhero needs their theme.
We were turning up.
No, we was turned up. I was playing that shit, bro. I was playing because I tailored my set to like Ty's music taste. So I wanted to play a bunch of music that I knew he fucked with, just so
Yeah.
like he would be hyped before the show. And you know what I'm saying? So I put a lot of music in there that I knew he fucked with. A lot of music that we fucked with. I put some Chief Keef in there. I put
Yeah.
300. I put 300 in that bitch. And the fact that was the first time I heard that song outside really disappoints me. But that's why I'm also annoyed with a lot of DJs in the city. Because y'all just, why y'all not playing 300?
They want world music, Joe.
We're gonna have a discussion about that world music conversation.
They
one
want
day.
the world.
But not today. Not today. I'm not in the mood for it. But yeah, man, I turned that bitch up. I had a good fucking time. I'm glad Ty really enjoyed it. I got to play. I ended my set with Black Max because that was the one song he requested me to play. So I played Black Max, but then I did a really cool blend / transition between that and Keys Open Doors by the Clips. And like right when the Keys Open Doors played, 8 o'clock hit, and like, well, my set's done.
Yeah.
Ended it right at 8 o'clock with Keys Open Doors. It was the 19th anniversary of Hell Hath No Fury. We heard Todd come on this platform and rave about how that's a top 10 hip-hop album of all time. So I was really glad to be able to get that in there right as the last song for my set and right when the set ended. So it just felt like a perfect moment coming to a close. So I was glad I got to do it. Shout out to Ty Faison for letting us come through and hold it down for the first hour of the show. And then, after that, Monogram went on, performed. Monogram did pretty good. He had a song with Gabe that was unreleased that sounded really good.
That was great.
That sounded really good. And then Ty went on first. And that threw me off because I'm like, bruh, why are you opening your own show? You think you Pac or something?
Yeah.
You think you Pac at House of Blues? Like I remember I kept telling him that. I was like, you think you Pac at House of Blues? Why are you opening up your own show? But what he wanted to do is that he had the first set, and I believe that was him as Ty Faison, And then when he got off stage, I think Paris went on for a little bit. And then Todd came back out, and he came back out as Mango.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
That was the Mango set.
That was the Mango set, yeah. So he broke it down in half in the two different characters. So he did the first half as Todd Faison. In between that, Paris comes up. They do a Try from a Saturn Star. And then I think from there, they transition to Paris' set. And then Todd comes back out, finishes his set off, and then Gabe closed it out.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, it was pretty lit, man. It was dope, man. Shout out to Seven Rings. It was really good. The energy was really dope. They were fresh from New York. They had their show in New York earlier that week, so the energy was pretty high from that momentum. They were just happy to be back, happy to be on stage. A lot of exciting time, a lot of excitement amongst the crew for like the future and what lies ahead of them. So it was a good time. I had a great time. I was definitely a lot more drunk than I anticipated.
Oh, you was teed.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
We pulled up afterwards. Just a little cool down, little session.
You know?
After everybody's adventures, and Joe looked at us. He tapped Michael and was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom."
Ty said, "Why do you keep saying I went first? Mono went first."
No, I did say Mono went first.
But he
What
says,
he
"Why
said?
do you?"
No, I swear. I swear I said that.
You did, but then you said he was opening. You said Ty opened his.
But like it threw me off to see Ty on stage so early in the night. I was like, bro, what? This is your show? What?
I see.
That's why I was so confused. I'm like, why are you opening up your own show? Because he was the second artist to go. But yeah, Monogram did open. Ty went second. Then Paris. Ty came back out. Then Gabe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was dope, man. A lot of good energy in the room. Everybody was excited for them. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, I think Ty's about to drop his new project this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
we
second
need that.
Mango Mariah, the Love Theory album, I believe is what's called.
Love Theory.
Love Theory, yeah. So
Mango's Love Theory, I think.
yes. So
If you missed it, you can watch it live
that's right.
or watch the live playback on Saber Mag right now.
That's right.
YouTube.
Yep. So we also had some big hip hop media news go down over the week we were off. Now I gotta say, man, being gone for a week makes it seem like we were just done. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
We were cooked. So much shit happened.
Man, so much shit happened, and like we had no content to post, so I just feel like, damn, the run's over. Nah. But that's how a week off in this game feels, though. It's like you take 1 week off, it's like, damn, it's over.
No.
The run's done. But nah. But during that week off, some big news broke in the hip hop media space. The Bigger Picture. Elliott Wilson, Jeremy Heck, DJ Head announced that the Bigger Picture will be no more.
Why the bomb, bro?
I don't know why.
Why the bomb? Here.
There we go. There we go. See?
why this?
Yeah,
the
so,
He just pieced it up with Elliot.
yeah, and that's the fucked up part too. But yeah, so Jeremy Heck broke the news earlier in the week, I think Tuesday before the new episode dropped on Wednesday, that the new episode of The Bigger Picture that was about to drop Wednesday would be the final episode of The Bigger Picture. Now, I believe I watched a little bit of the episode where they kind of explained everything about the show coming to an end. It won't be the last time we see those three together, but I believe it will be the last time we see them work on The Bigger Picture. And according to Joe Budden, it was really more so, not the show ending, but more so that their contract with Uprocks, who hosts the platform, is like severing ties with them, I believe.
Okay.
So I think they're going to come back next year with like a little rebrand, maybe a different platform, a different home base for the platform. But so I'll fuck with The Bigger Picture, but seeing everybody's commentary around The Bigger Picture, quote unquote, coming to an end has been very interesting for me to see. Because I thought The Bigger Picture was a pretty cool hip hop platform. One of my favorites amongst like newer platforms that host like talk shows for hip hop talking points and whatnot. So I thought it was pretty cool. But then I watched Wayno break it down, and watching Wayno talk about it, it seemed like he was a little more harsher on their time together than like I viewed it.
Yeah.
Because Wayno said it kind of just seemed like it was only started because it was supposed to be created for one show, and they're gonna use it to cover the Kendrick Drake battle.
Yeah.
But then, the Kendrick Drake battle kept getting bigger and bigger, so naturally they started doing more episodes consistently, and then it became the show that it became. So it was originally created to just be a show that covers the Drake and Kendrick battle, which is why they said the background was a split city in half of L.A. and Canada. So like
Toronto,
the whole thing,
yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was built around the beef, but then it just kind of grew into its own thing after the beef, and they kind of kept it going. And Wayno was talking about how it just seemed like their heart wasn't in it after a while.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think that's kind of fair to put that on Elliott, DJ Head, or Jeremy Head. Because now DJ Head did say he didn't want to do it for a long period of time. But then one of the producers on the show was like, hey, man, like you get to sit across from Elliott Wilson and go, nah, because of this. You get to be the argument of the point of Elliott Wilson. And I like that dynamic. I think Elliott Wilson and DJ Head had such a great dynamic, and even Jeremy Heck grew into his own. And so like I really enjoyed the platform because I think there was a lot of passion, especially like with the moment what was happening. of like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle. We have DJ Head, who's really close with Kendrick. We got Elliott Wilson, who's just like doing whatever. And we had Jeremy Heck, who was just a fan of both artists and excited to be in the moment with these two legendary media heads. So I thought it was a really good show. I liked the chemistry they had, and I think there was a lot of passion behind it. But obviously, as the show grew bigger and their profiles grew bigger, they started getting their own side gigs. So like Jeremy Heck has, I believe it's Record Check or Mic Check. You have DJ Head, Effective Immediately with Gina Views, and you got the Elliott Wilson Experience with Elliott Wilson's sideshow. So like once I started seeing all these little side projects come to life, I could kind of see the end of the road. Yeah. But not because I don't think they enjoyed it. I think they did enjoy it, and like it was Elliott Wilson's project, so like I think he definitely had a passion for it. But it's just I think it got to a point where right now everybody's just got too much going on the side to where it's kind of hard for us to all lock in and do this show weekly.
Do you think, like, how do you know that? Do you think they were building that because she was starting to, not be the same?
I think this year, because I remember I had a conversation with somebody earlier this year about, like, once the whole Elliott Wilson and Us thing popped off, somebody was like, yeah, I don't think the bigger picture is going to last much longer, like, past this year. And I was like, you don't think so? But the more you kind of watch it, the more you kind of see how, like, yeah, sometimes, like, Elliott Wilson may put the bigger picture in a situation where it's just like, we don't have the best attention on it right now, and you're not helping that. And, like, or maybe Elliott Wilson may do something in public that's not the best look for him, and it just rubs off on the bigger picture, too. And it's like DJ Head has the same thing. Like, when DJ Head says something controversial, all the Drake fans start shitting on him, and then as a result, they shit on the bigger picture as well. And so it's just kind of hard to build a brand when you're constantly just, like, in limbo of just, like, bad looks, right?
But that's media, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like that's a good reason or a good excuse. And you said it yourself, like, Elliott Wilson is somebody that's just, like, this esteemed interview from, like, his time with Double XL to, like, now,
Yeah. So
it's like that just comes with it. And a lot of, like, post Kendrick and Drake, there's a lot of bots out there. So, like, soon as you speak on one side, a bunch of people just come out the woodworks on bullshit. Yeah. And that's just how the internet is right now. But I guess it does kind of play a part. Or I could imagine that being hard to deal with, like, as a person.
Yeah, because it makes people receptive to your opinions a lot more negative. Or your takes a lot more negative. Because if, like, people go into this show with this mindset that I already feel the way about DJ Head, or I already feel this way about Elliott Wilson, or who the fuck is this white guy in the middle of both of them? Like, I don't like none of these guys. So, like, everything they say, you're just naturally going to hate.
Yep.
And so, like, if you're doing stuff on the outside of the show that's making people kind of resent your takes and your opinions already, when it's time to your show, like, they're not going to watch that shit because they don't like they already don't like you. Like, I don't watch Worry 'Em All because I don't like them.
Exactly.
I don't care about their opinions.
But I feel like it could work the opposite way, too, where people tune in just to hate.
Yeah, like hate watch.
There are people that's just combative. Like, that's their whole goal on the internet is like, I'm about to argue with you.
Yeah.
Like, I got on here to argue. What's up?
Yeah.
Look.
I got time today. I got the day
not
off.
even just a rage bait.
Yeah.
Like, let me get you out of character today.
That's something I did really appreciate about the bigger picture is that, Elliott Wilson would have his moments where he'd get off his little rant or his little crash out or whatever. But I do think the platform did a really great job of just not saying off the wall shit just to say off the wall shit. I think they were very conservative in their thoughts. Like they put their thoughts together very well. They weren't just saying hot takes and shit that was just gonna go viral because they knew this would get the internet worked up. Like, I think they really had thoughtful takes, and I did appreciate that platform for bringing that because I think we need more of that in the hip hop sphere because everything's just so rage baity and very like I'm here to debate y'all for no reason just because I want to and like I know that's gonna give me views. It's like I'd rather you just provide a well thought out thought about how you feel about this certain product than you just try to say some bullshit to get a reaction.
Facts.
And so I think Elliott Wilson, DJ Head does a great job of like not saying anything that's like off the wall controversial. You know what I'm saying? Like he does a good job of like kind of guarding himself from saying anything outlandish or something that he knows is bullshit. Elliott Wilson's more of a wild card. Jeremy Heck is very reserved as well. So like I thought they were a very well thought out platform, but at the same time, being well thought out as a platform doesn't always quite equal entertainment.
True.
And then that's kind of why like a Skip Bayless show was so popping for a while. Like people hated Skip Bayless in 2009, but his show was one of the highest rated shows because he was entertaining to watch. So it was like a hate watch thing. But then you see shows like Sports Nation or Bomani Jones when he was on ESPN. He had the show with High Noon with Pablo Torres, who's like the hottest journalist at ESPN now. Like Bomani Jones and Pablo Torres had a show together called High Noon that was really good, and very well spoken when it came to sports, but it wasn't very entertaining.
Yeah.
And so naturally it got canceled. But you see Skip Bayless was still going, Stephen A. Smith still running it up. So like people that annoy us in media spaces always get the hate watch. But I think sometimes in the hip hop media space, it doesn't quite work like that because sometimes opinions over music is a little more passionate than sports sometimes. Like sports, you could be annoyed by a bad take because you can
But
just
stats will always prove
Stats
it.
will always prove it. Hip hop is very opinion driven.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's some stats behind it, and sometimes we're just arguing about the music.
Yeah.
And then that can make it a little more passion driven. But
I agree.
yeah, so I think I do like what they brought as a platform. I think they could have done a little bit more. I think if they would have brought on guests, because like they have the resources for it, right? Because like they have Elliot Wilson, DJ Head, Jeremy Heck. They had a few guests. They had a Wale show, or no, Effective immediately had a Wale show live, but they never had many guests, and they could have had more guests. And I think that would have helped them a lot more expand what they do and what they offer. But I don't think they were really trying to be an interview show, or they didn't want to be another spot where artists just stop by for like promotion during an album run.
I wonder what the goal was though. Like if it started as the Kendrick shit, Kendrick versus Drake, like that's not a very great foundation to like build on because that's finite.
Yeah, and then like once that runs out, like even academics talked about that. It's like, yeah, you know, you guys made your name off the beef, but like once the beef ended, like even Wayno touched about this a little bit. It was like, yeah, once the beef dies down, it's like, what else do you have to offer?
Yeah.
Like, what else can you navigate and pivot? And I feel like with those three guys, like, there's more than enough resources and reputation and respect in the room for them to be able to maneuver other plays, which we've seen DJ Head do with Effective Immediately. We've seen Jeremy Heck do with Soundcheck. We've seen Elliot Wilson do with Elliot Wilson Experience. So on these other platforms that they're a part of, they interview other artists. But on the bigger picture, they kind of stayed away from that.
Another thing I think that hurt the platform was the sporadic nature of it and how like often they'd upload. Pardon me. They wouldn't upload quite often. Like it would be.
They wasn't?
2 weeks, 3 weeks sometimes.
It's pretty spread out.
So if they set to a set schedule, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or stayed to a set schedule, whatever. It would have been more successful.
They did get more consistent towards the end.
Yeah.
They were doing it every Wednesday for a while, and then they switched to Saturdays. No, they were on Saturdays first. They were Saturdays every Saturday. Then they switched it like a month or two ago to Wednesday. Yeah, and so like the ending or like the bigger picture right now as we know it ending kind of came out at an abrupt standpoint. Like it wasn't no build up for it or nothing. It was just announced this week like, hey, this Wednesday's episode of the bigger picture will be the final one under the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So it just kind of came out of nowhere. So it's just kind of a weird ending if this is the ending, which it doesn't seem like it is. But
You think it's staged?
Huh?
You think it's staged?
I think it's being staged as the ending, but also like slowly being rebranded into like we'll be back as something else though. Not the bigger picture.
Picture this.
Yeah, picture this, yeah. Type shit on a different kind of platform.
Picture part 2.
Yes. So I go ahead.
No, that's probably for the better of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's take some time to regroup and think of what we want to do. Like you said, it's pretty obvious that everybody's got talent and valuable perspectives. So let's just get it right. Let's see how it makes sense.
Let's perfect it. Now, Joe Budden has this huge theory, and he's been saying this theory for a while now. Now, I love Joe Budden. I think his platform is very entertaining. I like some of their takes sometimes. Some of the takes I don't need to hear. But I do like Joe Budden's perspective because I think he has done a great job spending the last 15 years building his platform to what it is today. Like he practically has the biggest podcast like in media, arguably, next to Joe Rogan. Like, he's up there with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But he's been saying the last like 5 years that the podcast bubble's over. And like all these podcasts going down, like the Need to Know with Savon and Alex, like that. That ended this week too.
Oh wow.
That ended this week, and then the bigger picture ended a couple of days later. So of course they talk about on the pod, and Joe Budden's like, yeah, man, I'm telling y'all the bubble for podcasting's over. Yeah. Now I believe Joe Budden's just saying that because he just wants all the money for himself, and Joe Budden be doing shit like that. If you watch Joe Budden enough, he'll always do that with other podcasts.
Some messy shit.
That's like niggas being like, "Oh, this is gross." Yeah. hey, don't eat that pie over there. It's nasty.
You don't want that apple pie, man.
Whole time he's making pies in the back.
Yeah,
man, bro, he's making the best
pies
pies
every hour.
Yeah.
This is my favorite pie.
Or like anytime, bro, like anytime he has a podcaster on his platform, he's always like, so how do y'all make money? How do y'all break those splits
That's
up?
crazy.
What y'all Patreon looking like? I'm like, bro, stop asking about our business. Are you a guest or not? Like,
don't ask on camera.
Yeah, like, but see, I just think Joe be doing that shit to kind of like deter other podcasts off. Because I think podcasting, it's something that you really do have to commit to. And that's why I be frustrated when I see like bigger media heads kind of just maneuver how they do sometimes. Because the way I look at it is like, we've been doing this for what, 8 years?
8 years.
8 years, right?
Yep.
Everything that we've been able to accomplish over 8 years, we just had to do it off the muscle of the brand.
It's independence.
Yeah, so like the last 5 years, like Hot 103 Jams hasn't got me a single interview.
Yeah.
Every interview you've seen me have in the last 5 years, I got that.
Yeah.
Like through the brand, through the yada yada. So it's like we've had to do that just off the muscle. So like when I see people like A Bigger Picture or Alex and Savon, like y'all know Joe Budden, he's down to help you guys out whenever you guys need the help. So it's like when I see big media people have these resources and these connections to make shit move how they need it to move, how we want it to move for us.
Location also matters.
And,
as well.
and you have the location too.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for you to not be able to pivot and use your resources and connections to make moves for your platform. Like, you have the name, you have the brand, you have the respect, like you have the accolades in the industry to make this work for you. And yet you just don't want to do that. It's like that's why like when I see like podcasts like those kind of go under, I'm like, I feel like you kind of sold yourself short on what you could have done.
Joe Corner Joe.
Because it's like, yeah, you have all those resources. Like, you have a podcast with DJ Head and Elliot Wilson. Like, how can y'all not make something shake with this? Or, like, not to the level it could be at. Mm-hmm. Now, they may do that next year when they rebrand under something else.
Yeah.
And it could be a whole different platform, different medium, and they do all these things.
Yeah.
But just from, like, what they offered us.
From the work
that they showed us during that time, it's like, I love the Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
You know, we got that drop from Bigger Picture, and I always respected all three of their opinions on hip-hop. But it's just like now that we look back on it, it's like I feel like there's still a lot of untapped potential there.
Yeah, and without the Bigger Picture, like we wouldn't have that moment that we had this past year.
Man,
so
it's been a long year.
Yeah, it's been a long year. It's been a long year. So
yeah, but you know, I think there's always a chance for you to make it in podcasting. You just have to really just ride that shit out and just stick with it. Like even if the bubble is like popped or quote unquote over or whatever, I still think there's a lot of money to be made because people like hearing informed takes. I think now it's just like people get into podcasting like they did rapping. It was like a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
And you had a name, you had a buzz, so you try to branch off into this field. You realize it wasn't gonna work like that for you. Like Joe Budden made it work.
You gotta do it every week. Bro.
T.I. had to do that shit every week, and T.I. was like, "Bro, I'm not doing this every week.
Fuck this shit."
I'm losing
Even though
money."
Obama's quit.
You know what I'm saying? Who?
The Obamas, didn't they have a podcast together?
The Obamas
They
had a
stopped?
podcast. I remember
I think Michelle has
Yeah.
her own, but they had one together.
That's when Spotify, and Joe Budden talked about that, when Spotify in 2020 was giving deals to like any and every celebrity they could get a hold of for podcast deals, and that they never followed through on. Like,
trying
you know
to
what I'm
fuck
saying?
up the market.
Yeah, and we have a clip from Joe Budden that I want us to play real quick because it kind of just because it really just sums up how I feel about just motherfuckers invading the podcasting space just to waste people's time. So we're gonna have a producer, Sebastian or Nelson.
It's Sebastian.
Sebastian. So here's a clip of Joe Budden talking about just the Bigger Picture ending and
I can
his take on people hogging up the podcasting field. Right there. Huh?
Fucking Mona is hilarious.
Mona's great.
I
Shout out to
love
Mona too, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Mona's dope.
I love how Mona don't be letting them dogpile on her.
Yeah, she be chilling. She be holding her own.
How much oxtail you need?
I feel
nigga?
bad.
Damn.
I feel bad for some of y'all out there, but only like halfway. The other half of me, I'm rooting for all of y'all to fail. I've said that before.
You say
I'll
that
say
all
it
the
again.
time.
Yeah, it changes my conversation.
He doesn't mean
The people,
that, guys.
no, I absolutely mean it 100%. I 100%.
No, he means
the
it.
people.
I've only heard
The
him say it
people that are
20
not impactful, you're trafficking the street.
You in the way.
You congesting a road that is you're making my 10-minute drive 3 hours for no reason. You're not about to do nothing. You don't believe in yourself. You're not about to invest in yourself.
Talk
You're
to
not
him,
trying to improve. You're not trying to get better. You don't know nobody. You don't network. You don't do shit. Move. Get out my way. I'm coming. I'm coming. I got new conversations to have.
You know what I'm saying?
Move it.
And that's how I feel. Like
It makes
But that's just really how I feel, man. Like, I don't have a problem with any podcasters that want to get into the podcasting game. But if you're going to do it, you better take this shit seriously. Because other than that, if you're not going to take it seriously, you're just wasting all of our times. And you're wasting our times to get the opportunities because you're in the way. I need y'all to move.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this shit, you got to really be passionate about it. And like Mona was talking about, you see them do that. You see the Joe Budden podcast do it. You see fucking Cameron and Mace do it. You see us do it. You know, we're regular everyday people. You can see us every day in Kansas City. You see us do it every week. And you think, oh, I could do that too. And everybody thinks that until it's time to talk on the mic and be entertaining.
And it's a live show.
And it's a live show. Everything you see is happening in real time right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're going to do this, you better commit to it, because if you're not, you just in our way. To people that are actually trying to make shit shake. Like, I just set up a play in New York today. Like, I'm always trying to make something shake.
Talk to him, Joe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I hate to do that because I know people feel away when I do this, but that's just the facts.
W. Joe.
Like, I really be making shit move when I want it to move. Because that's like, we take this shit seriously. We've been taking this shit seriously for 8 years. That's a reason. That's why we're still doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can see over the years, like over all the eras we've had, how we've just grown and changed. Like now we have like over 100,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
We got 330 subscribers. Like we had 200 last year. You know what I'm saying? Like
numbers,
you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have the craziest numbers, but we got shit that we could definitely hang our hat on.
We just started going live every Sunday this year.
You know what I'm saying? And we
This
just started using visuals like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, and now we got 100,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
130,000 total last time I checked. So yeah, like there's definitely progression in what we're doing. So I've always been proud of what we do, but when I see these other podcasts pop up on a mainstream level or just even on a local level, even on a local level, it's like, all right, do your thing, but if you're gonna do it, stick around. Don't waste everybody's time.
I think I don't be looking at everybody's shit.
I really don't pay attention to nobody.
Yeah,
like
and
that's no disrespect to what y'all doing. I just don't pay attention to that because like what I'm aiming for, like I'm looking at a Wayno, I'm looking at Rob Markman, like that's Joe Budden podcast. Like that's who always been the standard for me and like what we're trying to do. So it's like if you on a local level and just because we don't watch it don't mean we don't fuck with you or you're not doing good shit. It's just we're focused on people above us.
I watch everything.
Yeah, Andre will send me clips of y'all. So like, yeah,
I see everything.
Andre will make me watch y'all shit.
I see everything, man.
Well, I guess I'm a little different. Like I only be on YouTube nowadays. Like so, I have like a few podcasts that I like to listen to, like every now and then. But it definitely is difficult to be consistent, and it's the thing that people sleep on is the entertainment part of it. Like that's something I had to learn because I seen Theo the other day. Me and Mark we do lunch every Friday, right? And Theo is just talking about how the pod has grown and how he still sees us and keeps up with us and is seeing our success. And I'm like, it has been a long time coming, but we've been saying this like since the early years, since the basement, the cream will rise, and it's nothing you could do about it. So it's like, no, for real,
I love that.
Because if it was something you do about it, you'd be doing it, and everybody needs to just do their thing. Like be yourself, be good at what you do, be passionate about what you do, and do it for the right reasons. Like, we actually we had a goal in mind when we started this, but it was naturally entertaining. Like me and Joe, this is my dog for a long time now, 8 years plus.
We in Magic City right now.
We outside Magic City right now.
Right now. You know what I'm saying? And
we be turned.
Yeah, bro. I'm cool with the bubble popping. I love when reality hit, like because I live in reality. We live in reality, and things ain't easy, but it ain't as hard as y'all be making shit sometimes. So.
Message.
Y'all just not hungry for it though. That's just really what it come down to. Y'all not that hungry. You just want the attention. And hoping it comes at a quick pace, but it usually doesn't because you got to do this shit for years.
Speaking of 8 years, fucking One Mic Stand is celebrating 8 years as well. River, you have something you want to say?
We got River from One Mic Stand here in the building right now. She has a few words she wants to say real quick.
It's kind of piggybacking off of what y'all was talking about just a little bit, but reflecting on 8 years of One Mic Stand and Yadda Yadda podcast. Recently went to the premiere of Mia Eats, and I was just thinking about how proud I am of our city, and a lot of people like to talk a lot of shit about how things have progressed, or like a couple months ago it was the whole top 5 conversation or whatever. And at the end of the day, like what I recognize is just we're growing laterally with each other, and I feel like that's a really beautiful thing, and I'm proud of everybody. And Ashawn always called Kansas City and like our creative infrastructure the circus, and I feel like that's a perfect way to describe it because it's like we're not all on one accord or on the same page with things sometimes, and that's okay because like everybody's still working towards a larger goal, and like trying to put their best foot forward.
Man.
And I think it's important for platforms like One Mic Stand or the Yadda Yadda podcast or Saber Mag to like set this tone of a standard and just like a quality, because we can always do better and like hold each other to a higher standard, but also like taking those moments to reflect and just be proud. And I think we should all be proud of ourselves. And like, you know, I look at everybody from our class, you know, from 2017, 2018, and everybody's still doing their thing and like putting the needle forward, and I'm proud of that. Proud to be a part of that.
Hell yeah.
So
but-
shout out One Mic Stand, shout out Yadda Yadda,
Yep.
shout out Saber Mag, shout out, you know, all the folks who were part of the shit.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Speaking of the circus, though, it's different talents in the circuits. You know,
I'm the bearded lady.
look,
I'm
hey,
a
look,
bearded lady.
but we don't expect you to jump on the tightrope. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not your bag.
And I can't even grow a beard. We here.
Hey, we here. We still working.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Unless you need to be doing something else, though.
Yeah, like a lot of y'all need to do something else though. A lot of y'all passions lie in other fields that aren't media, and that's okay.
We need farmers,
You
man.
feel me? We need farmers. We need electricians,
We need
I
dentists.
think
dentists.
I think that's what's kind of scary about like this era that we live in is like you ask kids nowadays what they want to be, nigga gonna say I want to be a YouTuber.
A YouTuber.
Well, I'm like, nigga, I've been a YouTuber for 8 years, for 3 years. Nigga.
it's not fun.
It's negative money, brother. Like,
Brother. Negative
come on,
money.
little bro.
Bro, you're gonna take like 15 years to make some money on YouTube,
And,
bro.
and Joel Santana telling niggas like, you don't need to read because we got AI now. Like,
I
man,
need all you old head motherfuckers to like let AI go. Stop trying to force the new generation to use that shit because your dumb ass needs to use it
I
to
think-
function. Like, just because you can't read don't mean we need to use AI to read.
I mean, his heart was in the right place with what he was talking about because he was talking about being knowledgeable about business, but he was saying starting at the 9th grade and. But you got to know how to read to do shit like that.
You gotta
You
be
gotta
able
know
to
how
read
to-
to understand what words mean in contracts.
Yeah.
Like you can know how to do math, but if you don't know how to read word problems, then you're gonna have a big problem on your hands.
You got to know how to read, man.
You feel
Just
me?
like as
He's a rapper too. Like,
Literally, they were the wordsmiths.
Yeah.
like-
that was your bag.
Well, I mean, just because you're a wordsmith doesn't mean you know how to read. I mean, Nick Cannon didn't know how to read music and drumline.
hey, what?
That was a movie, Joe.
Let me get
That
that
was a
off.
fucking
Let
movie.
me get that off.
He can still read and write though. And
He just couldn't read
He still
music.
had to make it into school.
He
Like,
couldn't read music.
I remember this
That-
kid I went to high school with. He said he worked at a nursing home with like a lot of older people, like olders, like in the 40s, right? And one of his coworkers didn't know how to read. Like her girlfriend would read stuff to her, and like she would do everything over the phone. I'm like, bro,
I ain't
what?
gonna lie. I can't date somebody that can't read.
bro, you know,
That's like you're
We
dating.
gotta be through,
That's a
like-
child at that point. You're dating a child. You're teaching them. You have to read everything for them.
we gotta we gotta have trauma bonded on something crazy.
Crazy for
No.
To,
us to
like,
be
not
together.
be with
I mean-
somebody who can't read.
yeah. If it was,
We can't text.
If that's just where you at, I always believe you can start where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, but I value reading so much and knowledge so much. Because my grandfather couldn't read.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad read the newspaper to my granddad.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
beautiful.
So yeah, shit like that. So that's why I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Niggas don't need.
Don't need to know how to read. Like, in
what?
no world, like at any time in like our societies in the last like 40, 50 years, that has not been the point where you don't need to know how to read.
At a time like this, bro.
Yeah, like you.
It's easier to not know how to read now, though. I feel like because everything's so fed to us, like with screens and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like you can figure out the words, like read in between the lines. But there's no excuse to not know how to read.
And,
That's
like-
You should never take time to promote not reading.
Not being
Like,
literate.
There's just
Yeah.
no reason to ever say that.
Like we honestly shame people for being illiterate by choice, like by choice, not because you can't read, but by choice. Like
we
'cause
need
I
to
just
bring
think-
back popcorn reading.
Yes.
Just like on the bus.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them kids that loved the popcorn read.
I hated.
Because I was like,
popcorn
y'all ready to
reading.
hear a good reader out loud? Because I know this guy can't read. Not pointing at you.
Hey,
but
no,
like,
low key, I wasn't ready. And I
I'd
think
always-
I was just nervous. I just
Yeah.
had anxiety. Like, I gotta talk in front of y'all niggas. Like, what? I already have ADHD, so I done read this paragraph 4 times. Like,
You prepping your segment? Like you reading
Yeah,
your
like-
segment? You're not even listening to where your time
yeah,
is.
I have no idea what's
You're
going
reading
on
your
in the
lines.
You're
book.
reading where you think you're gonna be at, and then you fuck
So,
up.
all right, if she's there, then
Then I gotta be right
I
here.
gotta be at
Stress.
the right here.
Then I fuck up. Then I stutter or some shit, and they like, okay.
Hey, I was always the kid that like whenever there was someone reading and they were struggling on the word, like it was like say because, like but I go because, and they go because.
Oh, see, Joe.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, you ain't get beat up for that?
No, because everybody loved me.
Joe was the corrector.
Nah, I
Said,
was.
no, it's this way.
See, it was me low key helping you, but also letting everyone know I do know how to read.
Yeah. Alex wasn't Cabin when he was like prepping to, because I would do that too, because they would be like, all right, you got one paragraph, you got
Yep.
one paragraph. So I was like, all right, let me at least know the first
Hey,
4
they
words.
fuck around and give you the big
Bro, that's-
paragraphs.
Yeah, the biggest paragraph.
A whole page of paragraph.
You
You be done. Like,
got the last chapter, my nigga. God damn.
I'm never reading 1984 again.
God
Never
damn.
reading this shit
And
again.
like on top of that, to add to the Joel Santana argument, I think a lot of people
Argument on what side?
of just like it's important to know how to read over
Yeah.
know how to do math, because it's like, yeah, you could be good at math and not know how to read, but I think a lot of people that do sign these bad contracts, they already know how to read
Yeah.
for the most part. I'm assuming.
They just didn't.
Or
They
we
just
thought they
chose
knew how
not
to read.
Yeah, we thought they knew how to read, but I think a lot.
If it's one thing I learned from 8 years of doing the open mic is that y'all niggas do not read.
That's hilarious.
It'd be the same time.
Or do math, because like I think a lot of artists that you know have taught us about getting signed into bad deals or whatnot, I think they knew how to read. It's just that they either one didn't read the contract all the way, or two they just didn't know what they were reading.
They didn't know what perpetuity meant.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of words and terms in these contracts that you're obviously not going to be familiar with as a 18, 19-year-old or however old you may be or wherever you may be coming from. And it's like, yeah, if you don't know what that word means, you're just gonna be like, okay, whatever. But it's like, if you don't know how to read at all, you can't read nothing on the paper. Like, you just see numbers. Like,
You just see a name?
yeah, like you could be like, yeah,
You
you
see
give
symbols.
you see $1 million in writing, but it says, yeah, you're gonna give us $1 million in your
Yeah.
record sales. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could sign a bad contract even if you know how to do math, but it's like, I think when it comes to being in the music business, like it's important to know how to read. Because I think math is something you could just teach somebody a lot easier than it would be to read. Teach them how to read.
Look, you gotta have
yeah,
your
words,
base.
yeah,
skills.
but like-
problems be words.
But yeah,
That's
if you
what
know
it
how
is.
to read, then you could do. I think you'll have the ability to do word problems a lot more easier than you would if you were illiterate.
But I think, all right, I believe you need to know how to read, right?
Let's leave with that.
No, it's
Let's
it's
leave
not
with
a
that.
this or that. It's
No,
a
because
both.
there are smarter. There's someone that's smarter than us at a certain thing. Hence why we work with Andre or Sebastian.
Yeah.
because it's like we not about to set up sound. So
I went to art school, bro.
Not even
I
like
went to art school.
but if I'm signing a contract and I don't understand this, or if this shit in another language, I'm about to find somebody that speaking
Can
that
read it.
language
Yeah.
before I commit.
But
to
that's
anything.
dangerous too, man. You got to have people that
Man,
you trust.
and that's
because
the-
that's
yeah.
what he was saying in the video. He was like, "Well, if I'm at a restaurant, I could just ask the waiter what's the best."
Like, come on.
you
all
gonna-
right, we
you gonna
gotta
trust that.
we gotta
Like,
start
bro,
talking
come
to
on,
people
man.
that are qualified to speak on things.
Yeah.
Again.
There.
Like we need to start going back to that times where it's like, okay, if you're an entertainment lawyer, you can read this contract and tell me about it. I'm not gonna ask my waiter at Olive Garden what he thinks about my contract.
Yeah.
Because for one, he's not gonna give a fuck. He's like, dude, do you want the breadsticks or not?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not his job for you to answer this contract.
Better be
question.
getting a $50 tip, nigga.
Yeah, like, but also that is another thing people do talk about in the industry. We've heard about with NBA players,
Yeah.
rappers, where like their finance guy will be in charge of their money, and then they find out they stole millions of dollars from. Like Tim Duncan lost millions of dollars.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas.
Rihanna too.
You know what I'm saying? Like what, $100 million or some shit.
But
Gilbert Arenas, they caught that his accountant or one of the people
Yeah.
ahead of his shit stole about 6.9-ish million.
Yeah, and these are the people that are supposed to be managing
Just
these
skimming
people's
off the
money.
top.
And so it's
Literally.
like you can get an entertainment lawyer to look over this contract for you, but he may say, "Yeah, it's a great deal, sign it." But he knows you're signing a fucked up deal, but he wants you to wants you as a client,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get money if you sign this deal.
Remember when
trust,
we were growing
trust
up?
is the ultimate thing in sales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like a lot of times the best way to get someone to buy something from you is to get them to trust you. You
That's
know?
true.
Yeah.
Like, oh, trust that I have knowledge about this situation. And then but it's a lot of smooth talkers out there that's their skill set. They're gonna get you to trust them, but you always gotta have that one that could be like, hey, look, I'm thinking about going with this.
yeah.
And they be like, nah, that's fucked up. Or you should go see this person.
Yeah.
They can better help you. Always do the knowledge, y'all.
Always do the knowledge, man.
Do y'all remember when we were growing up and you would see those ads of Shaquille O'Neal holding a book and it just say "read"
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
poster, or it'd be like Tiger Woods. It was like the milk ads, but it was for reading.
Yeah.
We need to bring those back.
You know what I'm saying?
All these Bet 360 hot takes and all the hot picks and whatever the fuck.
Let me give a quick shout out to Ashawn, because Ashawn been reading a lot more books and he's been promoting on his Instagram stories. Nah, cause like dead ass. Like no. I'm not like stop. Andre, stop. You stop. You gonna make it seem like I'm laughing at reading books. No. I'm saying this because
Have you seen the Boondocks episode where he's like, "Nigga, did you just congratulate me for reading?" That's what I started laughing about, bro.
Okay.
I just shout out to Sean for reading hella.
you like nah, cause I remember I tried to get Sean a book a couple years ago during the pandemic, and he was like, "Bro, you can give me a book and I appreciate it, but like I just don't read like that. I just can't connect with books like that." But I don't know what happened in New York. But he started actually like sitting down and actually reading a variety of books, like numerous books. Like he's been talking to Mike about it and shit. Like he's been in depth conversations about what he's been reading, and he's been posting on his stories about it. And like I just think that's cool because knowing Sean and knowing like 5 years ago, he was like, I can't sit down and read. I just can't connect with a book like that.
Yeah. And
it's like now he's just like, bro, I'm going to the bookstore. I'm about to buy this book. And then like an hour or two later, he's like, yeah, I'm halfway through this book. Like this about this. Like I think this like that excitement about reading is just like really dope to see, especially from an artist. Because, like, you know, we are at a time where, like, reading rates are going down. Literacy rates are going down. Like, AI is kind of making people, like, not be self-reliant. Reading Rainbow's back. Hey,
yeah.
And so I just think right now, especially in this current society where people's attention spans are so short and it's hard for them to sit down and read materials, like, I think it's just cool to see that be more public, especially from somebody like Ashawn, who's an artist and people do like a lot. So it's just like, it's cool to see.
Hell yeah.
Especially with this conversation we're having about the importance of being able to read.
It was just funny. It was like a sharp turn. I just want to shout out to Sean for reading.
Just because he's promoting it on his stories, and I just know how far he's come as a person. Like, yeah, his growth as a person.
Where's the Swan Book Club, man?
That's what I'm saying. Get it started. Get it cracking, Sean.
Man.
Hey, what's the
Shout
last
out
book
J.
y'all
Cole
read?
for reading.
Shout out J. Cole.
Hey, that's a real bar if you know, you know.
What's the last book y'all read?
Last book I read? Let's see. Is it the Machiavelli book? Mike gave it to me.
Wait, The Prince?
No, Machiavelli. I lost me, brother. I don't know.
Is it about what is it about? It's about Tupac?
The Machiavelli book that Tupac was inspired by.
You talking about The Prince?
Can't tell you, man. All right, let me just say this. Malcolm X, the last book I read. We'll just end it on that one. We'll just end it on that.
Fuck books,
I'm
nigga.
not about to go through my memory Rolodex about the fucking Machiavelli book.
You hear me? Fuck books, nigga.
What about it?
New subject. Fuck books,
Yeah,
nigga.
anywho. DJ Drama was on Wayno's podcast.
No, I can't remember the exact title of it, but it's a book that I let Sion borrow for a minute, and I just got it back because he like moved back into his place and everything. Long story short, it's about black designers. It's like the history of black design or something like that. It's a more interesting title, but it's a big ass orange book with black text on it.
Far.
And it just goes through like the history of where this person designed, or like industrial engineering, or it's not just graphic design.
What about you?
Shit. Honestly, I just started reading this finance book Jesse gave me. I don't remember the title of it. That's what I'm currently reading.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, because like the last thing I like read was like some bullshit. It was like a manga.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to sink my teeth into is this financial shit.
Y'all ever see when niggas like post screenshots of the audiobooks they be listening to, and I'll just be like, bro.
You know it's crazy. I feel like I know who you talking about.
Grifters. Like you listen to straight sharks, bro. Like
Hey, yo. Straight sharks. The fuck does that mean?
Hey, that means read
not gonna lead
read
you
your
nowhere,
contract with that nigga.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
they're not gonna lead you nowhere, brother.
They not.
I'm gonna try and get you that 360.
So another good conversation that popped up on the timeline earlier this week was DJ Drama was on Wayno's platform, a new platform he just kicked off called Come Home With Me, an ode to Cameron's album. Shout out to Harlem. But he had, the fuck's that bomb at?
Shout out to Harlem.
Yeah, shout out to Harlem.
Yeah.
The fucking effects. But shout out to Harlem. But yeah, on his new platform, he had his first episode. DJ Drama was a special guest on there, and they were talking about the Gangsta Grill series, and they brought up Call Me If You Get Lost. And on top of that, DJ Drama had a pretty hot take he had to get off about Call Me If You Get Lost. and where he ranks it in the Gangsta Grill series. Now we got that clip, Andre?
It's on Sebastian.
Sebastian. Yep.
Yep.
Where we at? There we are.
Say, man, is Call Me If You Get Lost the most important Gangsta Grills?
It's definitely up there. I mean, at this point it has to be top 3. I mean, it has to be Trap or Die, Dedication to It, Call Me If You Get Lost. Like,
Yeah.
There's, he what's it called? He hop skipped over his idol, which was the Pharrell Skateboard P in my mind, a prequel. If that was close in the top 3, like, I have to give Tyler that 3 spot. I
know. If not that we're making the list, right? But if there's a 5, I feel like, the Dream Chasers series fits in that
for
space.
sure. Dream Chasers 2 is in there.
It's in there.
Babs in there. There's no competition.
There's no competition.
Definitely a Gucci
Saw some more, didn't you?
My favorite Gucci joint is Bird Print.
Yeah,
Yo,
Bird
that
Print.
drain is.
I was saying some shit on there.
Yeah, you was talking heavy on that drain.
I might put the movie over the Bird Print, but it's between those two. And then, Chris Brown in My Zone.
Yeah.
Like, it's some sleepers, bro. Like, Jim, the 7 Day Theory.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Y'all Tape, Hate Me Now was fire.
Hate Me Now was a joint. Yeah, we had fun making that joint too, man.
Yeah.
I was telling Ken like what.
See, all right. So DJ Drama said that Call Me If You Get Lost has to be a top 3 Gangsta Grill. So that's where I wanted to ask y'all, like, do y'all think Call Me If You Get Lost is a top 3 Gangsta Grill ever? Now, I definitely think it's a very important mixed Gangsta Grills in the whole Gangsta Grill series because it was an album that did bring back Gangsta Grills to, like, the mainstream forefront after some years when, like, the mixtape circuit kind of just died down a little bit. But when you look at the history of the Gangsta Grills, and this kind of just shows you how rich the legacy of Gangsta Grills is. When you look at all the Gangsta Grills, you think about all the Gangsta Grills that came out during its run and how many, like, amazing artists during that time hopped on the Gangsta Grills and made their own moment during that time period. And it kind of makes it hard for me to say Call Me If You Get Lost is a top 3 Gangsta Grills because, I think my top 3 I had was Dedication 2. I have the prequel. But I can kind of see why he put the prequel or he put Call Me If You Get Lost over the prequel by Pharrell because Call Me If You Get Lost is all original music. So that's kind of why I kind of give it that leeway because, the prequel is a very traditional mixtape rapping over other beats and other artists' beats and whatnot, whereas Call Me If You Get Lost is a whole original body of work. So I can kind of see why you would put that one above the prequel. But then there's also like a DC2, there's a Trap or Die, Verde Terrence.
Yes, bro. It's a True Religion,
True
nigga.
Religion, bro. Like
That shit I think, all right, I can see how it is really high up there because of the impact culturally.
And it made DJ Drama's name very relevant again in the mainstream hip hop world.
Tyler got niggas rapping again too.
And he got
with
people,
that shit.
and because the game
He made it trendy again.
Yeah, he made it cool to like want to get on the Gangsta Grills because like shortly after that, Pusha T announced he was gonna do a Gangsta Grills, and then the game just announced he about to do a Gangsta Grills with DJ Drama, the first one of his career. So it's like Tyler definitely sparked that interest again of wanting to take it back to just like that time period of rapping.
Yeah.
And talking that shit.
And if you speak to the quality of work that Call Me If You Get Lost is, it's I can see the case for it, but it's hard for me to go against my personal favorite.
Yeah,
like the 3 that I would pick. I think Dedication 2 is objectively in there. Like it has to be in there.
That's one of the ones.
And I get why niggas say Trap or Die, but I'm Trap or Die. I didn't listen to it like that. You know what I'm saying? I listened to Wayne more. I definitely ran the fuck out of the True Religion project. That would be in my top.
That was a huge
top 3
game changer for 2 Chainz too in his career. Like Titty Boy going on a run.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, look, this reasserted.
Like DC2, Dream Chasers 2 by Meek Mill, like that mixtape was arguably the most popular mixtape of its time. Yeah. Like that shut down. That got Dat Piff shut down. Like for a couple hours.
Broke the internet one time.
Dead ass. Like that Gangsta Grills was like one of the hottest, if not the hottest mixtape of that year. Like DC2 was Meek Mill's coming out party. Like I am here. I'm a superstar. I'm next up. I'm about to take over the game. Because there was not a single miss on DC2 to me.
I think some of the fucking Fab ones.
Oh, there's no competition.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
competition. I remember 2 and 3 being like the ones I was listening to heavy.
Yeah.
But
But I definitely could see from a commercial standpoint, because Tyler the Creator's "Call Me If You Get Lost" is like the first Gangsta Grillz album, if I remember correctly.
Like sold.
Sold in stores
Yeah,
and whatnot. Because DJ Drama had his own albums, but they were called like real street music or something like that.
Yeah.
It was never called like a Gangsta Grillz.
Yeah.
So "Call Me If You Get Lost" was like the first Gangsta Grillz that was sold and started charting on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
And for it to be Tyler the Creator, and at this point in his career, and just like wanting to go back and pay homage to like his favorite time period, like when he was growing up as a kid and what rap was sounding like then with the Gangsta Grillz movement, and wanting to be a part of that, and in his own way, like was just such a great homage and a great reach back to the generation before him and the generation that influenced him to want to rap and to hop on that bag and rap just like that in his own way and have his own Gangsta Grillz moment.
yeah, that is a cool way for him to acknowledge his like predecessors. I love that, like artists that are able to honor like a past generation sound or just their inspiration. That's like some of the shit I love about Ty's music.
Yeah,
it's like I could tell where he pulled it from, but it's not like a copy.
Yeah, it's like
it's an interpretation.
Yeah,
like a true interpretation.
It's an inspiration, but it's not biting.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
man. Crenshaw was a Gangsta Grillz, bro.
And
Mailbox Money.
And Mailbox Money. So like that's like my favorite Nipsey Hussle project, man. Like I don't know, man. Hey, shout out to DJ Drama, because this really just goes more this really goes to show more so his legacy and his impact and what he's done. Stone Mountain by your boy.
Hit me on my next till chirp. When you hear that mean that got some work.
This one was crazy.
Yeah, Rich Homie Quan, I promise I will never stop going in. The one that had some type of way and the one that like
that
changed
shit.
his whole career and elevated him. Like
that shit crazy.
This really, looking at these lists and all these Gangsta Grillz, man, it really just kind of goes to show like how powerful DJ Drama's legacy is with the Gangsta Grillz series and the impact that it's made in hip hop. And honestly, for Tyler to drop a Gangsta Grillz in the 2020s, like 10, 15 years removed from, its peak years and its prime years as a Gangsta Grillz movement, and make an album that was just a huge game changer for like him, DJ Drama, the Gangsta Grillz series. Like I could see off of impact alone, I could see why that would make it a top 3 Gangsta Grillz mixtape. I think just off that impact alone. And did it win a Grammy? Did Call Me If You Get Lost one?
No, I think maybe Igor did.
Yeah, Igor won one for sure. I didn't know if Call Me If You Get Lost.
Can he do the Googles?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
What kind of Grammys did he get, if he got any?
Rap album.
Okay.
Damn.
Rap album of the year?
Yeah, 2022.
Oh, it gave him a Grammy.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
rough.
got to be, might be 2.
And then
Fire.
It might be 2.
How many Gangsta Grillz won a Grammy?
Hey.
And that's something you do got to consider.
And we got to
And a
take
vinyl.
it into consideration that DJ Drama is saying this is himself,
It is the guy.
Yeah,
It is the
so
guy.
it's like if he would know, it would be that there. If anyone would know.
Hey, was Gone Fishing a Gangsta Grillz? Or was that just a Don Cannon thing?
That's a Don Cannon one.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, we can't
Hey, yo.
we can't just make that happen. Wait, it could.
I mean, Don Cannon was on it. The Cannon. You know what I'm saying?
Cannon.
The Cannon.
Shout out Don Cannon.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tyler Creator for making arguably a top 3 Gangsta Grillz mixtape, like 15 years removed from the momentum and peak of the Gangsta Grillz movement, and just reigniting it.
Soft to strength.
And making it exciting again for the Gangsta Grillz movement. Because,
Tyler.
allegedly, we got to push a T. Gangsta Grillz coming.
Send it through.
That's what he said. And then the Game's got one coming out, too. So
The Game.
Red Rose,
Game.
white ceiling.
Red Royce, white ceiling. I'm in my black mamas and my red Royce, white ceiling.
Man.
Just throwing shit like, bro. My mother was like, what the fuck do Mambas got to do with Red Royce?
That was in a rap battle.
That was on a radio show.
Oh,
Because it was Jose Cruz show, and they were like, "We're gonna throw some words at you. You throw them in a rhyme." He
Yeah,
goes, "Okay, cool.
Mambas.
Black Mambas."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, I'll be in my Black Mambas, red Royce, white ceilings."
No, I'm in my black mom when I'm in my.
He said I could build around this no matter what.
He said, "Who want to battle me? You want to battle me? Okay, you go ahead." And then the guy started rapping. He was like, "Okay, I think I got something for you. I'll be in my red Royce, white ceiling."
Terrible,
That's one of my
bro.
favorite compilations
It's
on the
terrible.
internet.
I showed my mom that video. She's like, "Is he serious? Did he actually do that? Like, yes.
Numerous times,
Yeah.
Mom. Numerous times.
On tape.
Man, can't
front of
ban a
people.
On
snowman.
tape. There's like 11 videos of this nigga doing the same fucking song.
Speaking of Tyler, man, he also got a pretty big award earlier this week, or about last week, I believe.
Sometime.
He was named Artist of the Year by Apple Music.
Yeah.
Fire.
W. Tyler.
You
Hold
know what
on.
I'm saying? Go ahead. You got him?
Shout out Big T.
That's pretty big work, man. He put out 2 albums this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't Tap the Glass, and then
Chromacopia.
Chromacopia was last year.
It was last year?
Yeah.
Then Don't Tap
I
the
guess he
Glass is
re-released it.
Did he?
He put out a deluxe.
Oh, he did.
This
He put
year.
out one extra song, which I believe was like the first song he made for it.
Okay.
I believe. But yeah, so let's see. Damn, he put out 2 albums in like a year span. That's actually, yeah. So he put out I think.
It wasn't a full year by the time.
Nah, because it was
Chromacopia
October
came out.
29th. Yeah, so it was only a couple months.
Yeah.
Because he was still on tour for Chromacopia when he dropped Don't Tap the Glass.
It was a Grammy year.
It was. So,
know.
He's trying to load the clip.
do you think Tyler is Artist of the Year for Apple Music? Like, this is core Apple Music. Now, I don't know what they base it off of or whatnot, but we've seen the year Tyler's had and what he's done this year so far. So, like, do you think he rightfully earned Artist of the Year, or was there somebody else you think might have been more deserving?
I think the only other people that got like a real case
Let's say
is
it.
like Kendrick and the Clips. Mm-hmm. It would be. I think the Clips have it. The Clips have like a crazy year, honestly.
I feel like that's for hip hop. But like, if we talking about artists of the year, I feel like the only person who can can make a case for it is those the K-pop Demon Hunters. with
Or
Golden-
like
that Golden song.
Chaperone, Sabrina
Oh.
Carpenter,
I
Justin
They
don't
Bieber,
know.
they didn't drop nothing this
Maybe
year. Justin
what
Bieber did.
Justin Bieber
what
did.
about Bad Bunny though?
Bad Bunny. Yeah, like that
I
wasn't
don't think he
surprising.
dropped this year.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he dropped last year.
Was that last year? You got you got it.
I got you.
Where's Sebastian?
We'll put the
Damn
pressure
it.
on you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Sabrina Carpenter dropped the album this year. Did Chaperone drop an album this year?
I don't think so.
She just had a crazy tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy
okay.
tour. But dude, that K-pop Demon Hunter song is
No,
mega.
he dropped the album this year.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
mega.
Bad
I don't know
Bunny.
how to say it.
Is it with the chair?
Yes, the chairs.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah, so Bad Bunny
Could've
dropped the
been
album. Sabrina Carpenter. Did Chaperone drop an album this year? We haven't
Yeah, I'm
confirmed.
sure she did.
Because she's nominated for a Grammy this year.
Oh wow.
Was it Best New Artist?
No, I think she's I think she's
No, she
nominated
already got
for
that last year.
Album of the Year or Record of the
Word?
Year. Yeah,
For-
she's
it's
in that
like
category.
Pop album of the year or just album of the
Album
year?
of the Year. Okay, no, she hasn't dropped the album.
I don't think so, man.
Nah.
So that's then not album
But
of the
honestly,
year.
though, like since
We need a fact checker.
now that we do know,
we do.
Now that we do know Bad Bunny did drop an album this year, I think it's actually super impressive that Tyler did win that award from Apple Music.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
Bad
dropped
Bunny-
2 albums.
You know what I'm saying? He dropped 2 albums like within, I think Chromacopia dropped in October of last year. He dropped Don't Tap the Glass probably around like what, June?
This is June, July ish.
Sometime in the summertime.
Yeah,
So it's like 6-7 months in between the albums. So like
Wasn't a
that's
full year.
And that's definitely a game changer for Tyler because we're used to him waiting like 2 years to put out an album.
Definitely. I
And
was
so
just
for us
gonna
to
say
kind of
that.
get this album like 7 months after the last album, Chromacopia, which was a very well thought out, put together conceptual album, and we got Don't Tap the Glass, which is a lot more free spirit and a lot more fun and not as much thought put into it in terms of just like, here's some songs that I really like, enjoy them.
yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty good output for him, since we're not used to that. And I thought the album was pretty good, despite what some people may say about it not being polished or finished or sound like demos.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a pretty good nod for Tyler.
Yeah.
Especially considering you going against Bad Bunny, who's one of the biggest international stars in the world right now.
Yeah.
And so he put out an album too, doing huge numbers right now. So it's like the fact that you're able to still get that momentum up under you, despite Bad Bunny doing what he's doing right now, that's a big look.
Do you think they should do like Song of the Year too? Like Apple Music Song of the Year? Or
That
should they
would
just
be
keep
cool.
it to just artists?
I think it would be cool to see it in like a numbers kind of way too. Like, you know how we get our most listened to? Like what it would be dope if they put out the overall.
That'd be cool.
But we would be able to count their pockets a little better. I feel like if
Yeah,
they
that'd be
did that.
great. I mean, you could do that with Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify
Literally
shows
do
you.
it with Spotify. And we
Yeah.
won't know the ins and outs of their respective deals unless they're independent. Then you could quantify it. What was I going to say? Dude, this past weekend, I showed my mom the Folded song.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
Kehlani.
Yeah.
I put the music video on there.
What she said.
She's wearing like this diamond see-through thing. First thing, that my mom said was, is her nipples out? I'm like,
No.
I'm sorry, ma. I've never seen this video. I'm just trying to show you the song.
The song's a banger though.
Song's a banger.
The song a banger though.
Just ignore that. Ignore that, mom.
It's like 70% of the video.
Oh, yeah.
It's just her
She's
titties going.
I'm about to check that out. See what's good.
I'm about to
Hey, she up for a Grammy too.
Yeah, she up for R&B record of the year.
Yeah, she about to get that
Foley
shit.
might have- yeah, she
Kaylani about
definitely
to get a
gonna
Grammy.
Over
Fire.
yeah, we had that discussion. Yeah.
Damn.
I know, right?
Damn, but Leon might get the Grammy though too. I don't know.
Best new.
Mud's been going crazy.
Yeah.
Best new, maybe.
Yeah.
He gonna get best new artist.
He definitely getting a Grammy. of some
I'm
sort.
rooting for whoever is black. Just
Definitely.
so y'all know.
Also,
Is Kaylani black?
Yes.
Is she?
well, nah,
Did she say
nah,
nigga?
she not because she said the N word earlier in her music, and people pointed it out to her when she started blowing up, and then she was like, "Ooh, you're right, my bad."
River, what's her ethnicity?
Yeah, I was.
But she did because she had a song on the first mixtape that had Chance the Rapper on it and BJ.
She's
Chicago
saying
did.
nigga on there.
Yeah,
And
there's
they
a
was
whole
like,
song.
"Oh,
There's
whoa,
a whole
whoa,
song
whoa."
just called the N word,
There's a whole song called "Nigga" on her first album.
plural. But yeah,
Niggas.
yeah.
Oh my God.
The
No
hook,
way.
That's the hook.
No way.
I mean, it's not just her saying the word, but she's talking about dudes. And
She,
Okay.
It says she's a black woman.
She's black.
Yeah, she's black and
Native
like
Hawaiian.
Native Hawaiian or Filipino.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not here to
Leave
say
her
she's
alone.
not or.
Leave it alone.
Hey man.
She just apologized for saying that.
I just like.
She
the focus
apologized
song.
for saying nigga.
She did.
She had to. If you had to apologize for saying nigga, you're not black. I'm sorry. We're just gonna stop that shit right there. I never see The Rock say nigga.
And he about to get a black award too.
Literally.
You know, I'll be every
I'm
now
not mad at
every
it.
now and then I'll just have
Fuck
a
it.
thought about that. I'm like, has The Rock ever said it?
He's
Yes.
definitely said it.
But no, I want to hear him say it in front of a camera.
Why?
I want to hear how he.
That's like
is
the
it
collab.
natural for him?
It's not.
That's his deal. That's his. That's the Illuminati.
Because like I
deal.
can see him not wanting to say
He
that. I
can't
can
say
see
it
The
in
Rock
public.
not wanting to say it
People
because like
think-
brand deals and shit, and he doesn't want beat. Huh? No, his dad is black. His dad
is
was black.
That's why his last name is Johnson.
Yeah, like he comes from a black family, but he's also
Why-
his mother's
Johnson
Native
is
American.
just a
Literally
black person
Dwayne.
name now, huh? Have niggas taken over the last name Johnson?
That's definitely a black
You
name.
know what I'm saying? Like you think of a black dude.
That's a black name.
True.
Yeah. But every son, like Robertson, Nelson, shit. That's why we know so.
What's up, Nelson?
Literally.
Actually, so speaking of Kendrick, we talking about Kendrick being Artist of the Year. We did miss.
No, we were talking about Tyler being Artist of the Year.
Well, like no, he brought it up that Kendrick would be one of the artists that he would
would
have
be-
the Artist of
okay.
the Year or the clips or whatnot, whatever.
Maybe last year.
Yeah, but so last week when we took the week off, it was actually the 1 year anniversary of GNX,
Yes.
and there was a lot of discourse about whether the album's a classic within a year. But there was also discourse going around about regional classics because some people were calling it a West Coast classic, but not a hip hop classic.
I agree with that.
And so I kind of wanted to just bring up the idea to y'all, just kind of discuss the discourse with y'all about regional classics and hip hop classics. Like, can something be a regional classic and not be classified as a classic hip hop album overall for the genre, but also
Yes.
be a classic from like where they're from?
Yeah.
I think it could be more. It could be more relevant regionally. Still be respected in classic albums, but not as highly because it's so region heavy.
I don't think, but something being super region heavy affects it being like great. Because if it's great, it can still be of the region,
But there are greater albums than it.
and
Like,
but
it's a
it
classic.
transcends the region.
Huh?
Yeah,
But
like
it,
GNX transcends the region.
It does. But now it's very
it does. But when it's paired up with those other regional projects that transcend their regions, does it stack up?
Yeah.
Does it
I
stack
mean,
up?
yeah.
To
I would put GNX as, if we're talking regional classics, I'll put GNX up against any other regional classic, and I'll say it holds its own.
over
GNX
a Dirty
a
Sprite
classic.
series.
A Dirty Sprite, yeah, I'll put it over Dirty Sprite. And I love the Dirty Sprite series. I love DS2. I love the first one. But GNX is like that.
What?
And I don't even think DS2.
Why would you even compare those?
Because that's regionally
but
a
also-
classic to the South. I was trying to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
that's why
see.
we're- That's why we're.
But I still don't.
Damn.
I think GNX is that good because I love DS2. Like that shit was amazing.
amazing.
I
It's
just
like
fucked
17,
your
18 songs of this like
That shit,
heat,
yeah,
bro.
that shit was
Like,
gas. But
they was real sisters, bro.
I don't know the timing.
Nah, this one.
Shout out
Nah.
to Joe Cornish.
I believe in impact. I believe in like cultural impact a lot.
Yeah.
Cause that's where you see like different shifts, like in the scene.
And I think regional classics can have like a bigger impact in the moment than like a hip hop classic would. 'Cause I think a hip hop classic, for an album to be considered a hip hop classic, it does need some time.
Yeah.
It needs some time to like, you need to live with the album for a couple years or maybe a year, you know, experience it outside, experience it in different settings and environments, because, you know, it may offer different types of music for those kind of environments. But like regional classics, I think you could kind of tell those like right off the gate. Like when Freak Block Tales dropped, like that was like, we knew that was a classic in Kansas City immediately.
I think that's a okay.
But like, all right, if we want to talk about regional classics and classic albums, like I'll say Absolute Power is a Kansas City classic. Angelic, Absolute Power, Ever Ready. Those 3 Tech 9 albums are all classics to me from Kansas City.
Okay.
But like now, if I go to New York or if I go to LA or Atlanta or Texas and I'm like, yo, do you think these 3 Tech 9 albums are classics? They'll probably say no.
Yeah.
But I think there's certain places that would say yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think
Colorado.
we'd be surprised. Yeah, maybe.
Utah.
All right, come on. Calm down. Calm
Arizona.
down. I know what you're doing.
Music is more accessible to people now.
I'm fucking with you.
And I think those like regions expand because of the internet. So, but there is some very niche shit.
There is.
Like everybody don't listen to like screw music.
The first person or the first place that I went to where they're like, "Oh, you're from Kansas City? Tech Nine's from there," or "I love Tech Nine," was Colorado. That's the only reason why
He goes to Red Rocks a lot.
Yeah.
He goes to Red Rocks a lot.
It's down the street.
But like, or even like an
It's down the
album.
street.
Let's take like let's take a
pretty
New
much.
York regional classic. Like I think "Do or Die" is a classic hip hop album by AZ, the album by AZ in 1995. But I wouldn't be surprised if people from other regions were like, "Nah, that's not a classic." Now they may look at Illmatic and be like, "Oh, that's definitely a classic hip hop album." But "Do or Die," it was a really popular hip hop album in New York. But I don't know how much that reach expanded outside of New York, because he was a very New York driven artist. And so I can see why like his style of music wouldn't resonate to people in Cali or the West Coast or the South or, you know, the Midwest. So like I could see people be like, "Do or Die" is not a classic hip hop album, but it's definitely a New York classic to me. But like, does being a regional classic like not is that not the same as being a hip hop classic?
It is. I think it's just like a subcategory.
It's in a chapter.
Like how I look at it,
Full book is the
how I look
chapter.
at it is like it's all hip hop at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like different regions. I was watching it's Punch. He was breaking down like the Control verse, right, and he was basically saying like how people responded to it was like the West Coast niggas like responded to Kendrick about saying he's king of New York,
Yeah.
but then like nobody on the West Coast cared because it's like it's gang culture. You didn't say the wrong things for somebody to be tripping with whoever. You know what I mean?
And
so
like,
it's niche. No, it's just niche perspectives and these like rules.
yeah, because like
Different rules in every hood.
that's a great example, because like you said, people in New York were like, "Oh, a guy from Cali saying he's the king of New York?" Like,
Yeah.
nah, what? But then, like you said, people on the West Coast was like, "I don't give a fuck if Kendrick said he's the king of Cali." Like,
Or-
everybody says that.
Or if Joey Badass say that, like I run the West or whatever, or like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, TD East.
yeah, and
TDE.
and-
TD East.
But I think real recognize real at the end of the day.
Yeah,
The clips like Kendrick and vice versa.
yeah, yeah.
Nigga might get a Grammy with the clips.
You feel me? Like somebody from that.
Don't let them tell you hip hop is dead, though.
It's never been better. It's never been better.
Don't even worry about that. Like niggas still cooking.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of talent, a lot of
Like,
grit.
honestly,
out
I would
there.
say a lot of the blog era shit that came out, especially from New York, I would say all those are regional classics. But I can see them not being viewed as classics in other regions. But that doesn't mean like they're not still impactful for what they did. Like I think like a lot of that Beast Coast era shit, like the first few projects they was all dropping when they was had all that momentum going at the time. Like
Yeah.
I think those are like regional classics for New York. But you know, I just don't think it branched or influenced much outside of their region. But I still think they're great projects.
Yeah,
And they created great moments for the region.
true. But what about like people like Lil Uzi?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Does he have a classic?
Love
I
is
mean,
Rage?
he got
Or Lil Uzi versus the world?
the first Love Is Rage.
Love is Rage, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's like him on the cover, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He got classic singles. Like, he got hit records. He got like a couple. It's like Let It Rock.
Yeah.
And then was it XO Tour Life?
XO
Yeah.
Tour
That
Life.
one, that's probably his biggest record.
He had the other one with what was the one that Nicki Minaj ended up doing a feature on? It was on the radio. Damn, what was that? It was on the Love Is Rage album that had XO Tour Life.
I don't know.
That's
Man.
the second one.
Nah, oh, you're right. The second one. Yeah.
Why you keep calling?
No, that's 20 minutes. That song is good.
Yeah.
That's the way you keep calling.
The Way It Goes.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
Way It
true.
Goes, 'cause that was another
That
single.
one, yeah.
Yeah,
The way
like-
it goes.
Yeah,
But
like
I didn't know Nicki Minaj is on that.
she did the remix.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
guess
was good on that.
That's not like a Philly sound. I don't even know what a Philly sound like.
Like
Do it sound?
Freeway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like
Cassidy.
Freeway and shit like that.
Gilly.
Gilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's kind of what when I think about Philly rappers, I think of State Property and all of them. Like, like
What is his name?
ARM.
ARAB.
Meek Mill?
Meek Mill.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I was
damn.
gonna-
Like-
bro, I was gonna say fries in the pool.
Fries in the pool. That's what you thought of Meek Mill with fries in the pool.
That's
crazy.
exactly how I think of
That's
Meek
crazy.
Mill, bro.
Damn.
Like,
That's crazy.
In my
But
head.
see, yeah, those are traditional Philadelphia rappers. I think Lil Uzi, like, he's definitely not your traditional Philly rapper, but I think he had a traditional sound for the genre of music he was making in hip hop, which was the SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
I think his sound was more attuned to that sound in that era of music in hip hop, as opposed to like the Philly sound.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I guess that don't really count. But anytime I get to, talk positively about Lil Uzi, I'm going to do it.
Drop a bomb for that one, yo. That's the guy. Shout out to Uzi. But let's see, what else went down in the music world? Oh man, we gotta talk about our guy, man. ASAP Ferg! Fergustein, aka now going by Ferg. He dropped
Just
a new
Ferg.
album, Flip Phone Shawty. And this actually for the timing for this album was actually perfect because earlier this week I just kind of got the random urge to listen to Hood Pope from Trap Lord.
Yeah.
Like it's been some years since I heard it, and I remember like when that song first came out, and it was like one of the first few singles he put out before the album came out. I was like, yo, this song is crazy. And I just randomly got the urge to hear it because I've been on an A$AP Rocky kick lately, so that kind of led me into a Ferg bag. Listened to a lot of Persian wine. I played Choppers on Deck in my DJ set Friday. So I was like, damn, I ain't heard Trap Lord in a while. Let me throw on Trap Lord. And like that just going back to that era of music and then hearing Flip Phone Shawty, it's like I think Flip Phone Shawty, it is like a nice progression for Ferg sound wise because I think Ferg is somebody that is an artist that thrives off high energy, high like grandiose production, like larger than life kind of feel music. You know what I'm saying? And he talked about that in one of his early interviews he did, I think on the Breakfast Club after Trap Lord came out. Like he kind of realized like what his pocket is, the sound is, and like what fans like from him and what he wants to provide for them. And when you hear Flip Phone Shawty, man, so for this album, he talked about how this album and sound was inspired by the ringtone era in the South, like specifically like the ringtone era and like Manny Fresh. And I think you can definitely hear that New Orleans bounce on this project quite a bit. And I think it's a good BPM for A$AP Ferg because he has the energy. Like I like what he's doing. Like it's very like ringtones. It's very a lot of callbacks where it's like P.O. fresh, like he's so fresh. Like a lot of callbacks and chants are in these songs, these albums, and these songs. And I think it just kind of plays into like the catchiness of the ringtone era where it had like a lot of catchy hooks and a lot of callbacks and sing-alongs in the songs themselves. And I think Ferg just kind of like added to that. Like, listen, I like that Big Dog track. Like, I need Fergie Baby to get a verse on that Big Dog remix. I need that to happen, man, because like that energy is gonna be crazy, man. I think A$AP Ferg really delivered on this album. I like the fact that Gucci Mane's on here too, because that's a great progression in their relationship. Because I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, Ferg naming his album Trap Lord was actually a huge deal with Gucci Mane, and not a good way either. Like A$AP Rocky said the first time he met Gucci, he walked up to Gucci to introduce himself, and Gucci just said, "Hey, where your homie at?"
Damn.
The one that where the Trap Lord at? I'm looking for him.
God damn.
And like during that interview, like his first Breakfast Club interview, they was talking to him about the Gucci Mane situation happening on Twitter, where he was like making an ordeal about A$AP Ferg naming his album Trap Lord. And they was like, yeah, you and Gucci gonna talk about it? And Ferg was like, bro, I have no intentions or like ever crossing paths with that man. Like, I don't have no interest in doing that. But now we fast forward years later, 2025. He's on this album. He's on the very last song, Flip Phone Anthem. Sounds pretty good too, and I think that's a pretty cool full circle moment that they have with their relationship and their dynamic. And also, Denzel Curry on this motherfucker twice. And I love that, too, because I really love the energy and the chemistry that they have together, especially on Young OG, when Denzel Curry comes in and says, we the older brothers or we the younger brothers that are finishing what Rocky and Perp started. Like, I just love that ASAP Mob and Raider Clan connection coming together again in 2025, and we getting music out of it.
Some closure there, some balance.
It's like some good balance in the universe. Like, all right, it took us a while to get here between these two camps and whatnot, but we got here, and now we're getting some good music for it. And Denzel Curry and ASAP Ferg, do have great chemistry. And, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind a little EP from them.
That's what I'm saying. A little 5 songs. Who gonna produce it? Who gonna produce it, though?
Little
Kirk Knight.
Oh.
Where Kirk Knight been at? I'm sure I'm just sniping my algorithm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do some research.
Let's say tap in with Kirk Knight. Lil B was on here, too.
Shout out to
Lil
shout
B,
out to bass guy.
Hey, the bass guy, bro. He getting old. His voice is a lot deeper now.
Oh man.
But I like this album a lot. Focus on Me, Ferg Strong. I love the Ferg Strong movement and what Ferg been doing with his whole fitness. I know he just had like a fitness festival in Harlem. Fergie Baby performed on it. Shout out to Fergie Baby. Ferg Strong, I believe, is like his brand that he's been pushing lately, like with his fitness, kind of like what Gunna's been doing. So like I just saw Ferg just did like a 5K or something in New York a couple of days ago, if not yesterday. And that's something he said he wants to do, like kind of what Gunna's been doing with his fitness journey. And like when he goes on tour, he'll go to a city and host like a run club for like the day he's in town. Yeah. Ferg said he wants to do something like that when he goes on tour at the cities he goes to.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ferg, pull up to Kansas City, Ferg.
What's dude from Johnny Swim River? Abner from Johnny Swim was doing that. Like, so he did a show here last year and they had like a run club. So I love seeing niggas on the fitness shit.
And I love
it's
that.
Dope. Let's do it. You want to do a 5K, Joe?
Let's do it. I run anyway.
Joe knees fucked up, y'all.
We didn't have to say all that.
This shit's cooked.
I just gotta take my arthritis medicine. I'll be good.
You got arthritis medicine?
Well, they said that's probably what's wrong with my knee. I got arthritis.
For real? You can't
Arthritis?
just eat no fish oil?
Arthritis?
That's
what I said.
You said Arthur.
All right, we're not about to do this. We're not about to do
like
this.
the aardvark.
We're not about to argue this word.
Arthritis.
Joel Santana's not in this room.
No, for real.
But yeah, man, I love this album. I think it's a great high energy album. Big Dog, like yeah, Polo. I didn't like that song at first, but then that shit actually is super catchy. I do rock hella Polo, so I be feeling the energy. Like, and it's just cool to see Ferg still outside, because like I think out of all the ASAP Mob members or like the former ASAP Mob members, he's the one that's probably most active.
Yeah, he's been very consistent.
Mm-hmm. And actually, so he's done 2 interviews lately. And one of the interesting things about his interview that he's done recently, of course, they talk about time and the ASAP Mob and whatnot. Because, last album, Darnold, he switched it up to Ferg.
Yeah.
And so they was talking about, his time at ASAP Mob, he's still cool with everybody. And it's really interesting to hear him talk about, like, the mob as a collective in 2025, because it seems like he's not speaking about them in a negative manner or nothing like that. He's still like very appreciative of like what they all did together as a movement, and he's still like cool with everybody. But he was like, yeah, I haven't talked to Rocky in a couple months. Like every now and then we'll see each other and say what's up. But he was like, for real, for the most part, like I'm just kind of like doing my own thing. And he was like, back in the day when we first came up, we was a collective of friends that kind of had the same goals and the similar things that they were interested in. But we were 23, 24 at the time. Like now we all grown up. Like I'm 37, 38.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, damn, Ferg. Like, shit.
Lose age.
Woo. But he was like, yeah, now he's like, I got more of a sense of like who I am and like what I want to do and what I want to accomplish. And like sometimes like what you want to do and what you want to accomplish doesn't like line up with everybody else's vision. And so like sometimes that just causes you to kind of like break away and do your own thing how you want to do it. And that was always the goal, though. It was always set up for us to like build this up together, and then we all get our own piece of land and we all go over here in our own areas that we built together. Yeah. So it was always like that. And he said he's still down to do another Cozy Tapes. Like he tells Rocky every year, like, yo, bro, this is the year. Like, let's what are we doing? What's the word? Are we doing it or not? Like, what's up? That he wants to bring back Yams Day, which I think would be a huge thing. So he's still cool with the mob and everybody in it. But it's just kind of it's interesting to me to hear him kind of reflect on it now and be like, yeah, just because we was all together doesn't mean we all had the same vision or we all wanted the same things out of this, Because Ferg's been somebody that he's talked about over the years how he didn't really smoke, he didn't drink. A lot of people in ASAP Mob smoke, a lot of people drink. So it's like, if you're around this all the time, like if you're not a smoker and you're in a room full of smokers all the time, it's like you're gonna get a little annoyed.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, y'all smoking again? Like,
yeah.
Like my
Yeah,
whole,
yeah,
my whole
we
fit
are.
smells like my whole fit smells like weed. Like I don't even
Sorry.
smoke. Yeah, like, but you know, after a while, like that can be something that can kind of just annoy you after a while, especially if you're on tour and you're doing this every night. But I just thought it was interesting. But it kind of just goes to show, like, you know, people grow, people change, they evolve, and sometimes like what you're into as a collective will change over time, and like you may want to go over here and do your own thing. But it's cool seeing Ferg do his own thing and try to carve out his own lane with the Ferg Strong movement and just like rebranding himself as Ferg and just pushing that movement. Cause like if you listen to this album, man, it's like the what's the word? The subject matter and the content of the album, it's a lot different from shit of like Trap Lord. Like, you know, Trap Lord, he was like that dick, or that he said that coke make my dick numb or some shit like that, like on Dump Dump.
It was more ratchet.
Yeah, it was like hella ratchet.
Yeah.
Like, listen to Dump Dump. He says it right there in the beginning. But
You don't smoke, drink, but you talking about coke.
yeah, but he was the Trap Lord.
Okay.
He was the Trap Lord, the Hood Pope. But like the context and the content and the subject matter changed, and it's like now it's kind of like it's very high energy, but like I think he makes music now that inspires people to want to do movement and want to work out and take care of yourself and exercise and go run 2K, go run a 5K, because you hear this album and it makes you want to move around.
Yep.
And I feel like that's kind of like what his mission is right now with his fitness and his health, and just wanting to push that message to his fans and his fan base. So I fuck with it. I like it a lot, and I just like, I don't know, I kind of like this ringtone vibe. Now I heard you say earlier that you wasn't quite sure if that's the sound you want Ferg to go into.
I think I am just used to a certain sound from him, but it's, again, we talk about like people's inspirations, and it's cool that to see that he's inspired by these things, because that's always been like the core of what they do, you know.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm only one listen through. Like I ain't listen to it in my headphones.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I ain't been in the gym. I ain't been moving.
you
yet,
got to get in
so,
there with that one.
Yeah. So
You got to get in there with that one.
You got to get in with that one.
But yeah, and listen, shout out to Ferg, man. I fuck with the album. I'm about to be in New York, Ferg. Holla at me. Let's line
Holla
it
at
up.
him.
Let's line it up. But yeah, shout out to Ferg for the new album. And I think it's pretty cool because one thing he did talk about in this new interview that he did recently was like how, you know, the knock on ASAP Mob coming up is that they didn't sound like traditional New York artists. And I think just Ferg still being on this wave of like, this is what I'm inspired by. And it's not always New York shit. It's like I'm inspired by ringtone era. I'm inspired by Manny Fresh and like this New Orleans bounce sound from that time period. And I want to dive into more of that. And he does that. And it sounds pretty good. Like it sounds pretty creative to me. I like it. It sounds fresh for me from Ferg. So I fuck with it. Hopefully he comes to Kansas City for the tour. We get the 5K run into some shit. You know what I'm saying? We lift some weights, move some shit with ASAP Ferg.
Healthy life, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Let's run it up.
You ready for the 5K?
We'll see. We'll see how that needs.
Hey, how long is a 5K anyway?
5 miles.
5 miles?
Yeah.
That's
Yikes.
not right.
That's not right. That can't be right.
Yeah.
You heard the song I did with Jay, man. This can't be life.
Why did my friend just text me a referral code to FanDuel talking about download this for me,
Hey,
Crody?
look.
Hey, yo. A lot of y'all got issues that you guys need to fix, and it starts calling 1-800-GAMBLING.
1-800-BETS off.
Best off, yeah. Get that shit out of here, bro.
No.
Actually, your man Stove Guy dropped a new single this week.
Yep.
How you feeling about that? The Ghost Stamp.
I'm excited to hear more. I'm surprised to hear this kind of record, but I get it because it's more of a radio track to me.
Very radio ready.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like people were kind of saying it's like a Drake beat.
I ain't gonna say all of that, but it definitely felt like, all right, this is my single. I'm trying to kind of not limit myself right out the gate.
Yeah.
Because he could just put out some crazy, like, it's like the Pusha T approach. You know, like, my name is full of records like that can be just radio records. You know,
Yeah.
he got Chris Brown on
Sweet
there.
Serenade.
Yeah, you know, shit like that. So, or the Dream.
Let Me Love
but-
You with Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, so he's got like a cool hook. I hope the whole album isn't like this.
Yeah.
Because I do want to hear, like, you know, the gritty shit, the raw shit, the you know.
That shit we love Stove Guy.
I'm trying to hear him rap about selling dope.
Bring back the drugs, nigga.
You know, like, this shit's cool. Go
But-
Talk's cool.
But
But give me that raw.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a cool first single. Like, it definitely feels like a very traditional first single from an album, like an old single, where it's like, the singles back then were very radio friendly or supposed to be radio driven. So I think this single is supposed to kind of help expand him into new territory. Because, I think the Clips look was a nice look for him and, like, got him some new eyes and new excitement and new hype for this album coming out. So I think maybe just, the last 5 years of features that he's been doing with Westside Gunn and all of them, plus the Clips feature this year, like, I think his momentum and his hype is the highest it's ever been. So for this to be the first offering, I think that took a lot of people back in terms of, like, what the sound was and what he was doing on it. But I don't think he's going to do a whole album like this. But I think it's pretty solid for a first offering as a single.
It feels safe.
That's right, yeah. That's
to me.
Message.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, especially from somebody like Stove God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Because Pusha T be on that. Like, you already got that kind of cosign. Like, not that he needed. Anyways, like, he was already good.
Yeah.
So it's like.
It just kind of shows you, like, the respect he has from people in the industry that are doing it at a high level as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still excited for whatever he's about to put out.
Yeah.
But
it should be good. I'm pretty hyped for it regardless. Like, I'm not letting this one single deter me from thinking it's gonna be a bad album or it's gonna be a flop of a project. Like, I think Stove God Cooks is gonna deliver at a high quality album that we expect him to deliver. Hopefully the expectations of the moment don't overwhelm him as an artist, but I think he's ready for it. Like, he's been building up to this moment for the last 5 years. He's been waiting for this moment the last 5 years because he's been in a bad contract situation. That's why he hasn't been putting out single solo albums and whatnot. Yeah. So this is his first offering since we started hearing his name consistently with Griselda the last 5 years. So I think he's ready for the moment. And I think the single is just supposed to be more of like a introduction to new fans that aren't familiar with him. So it's kind of a safe play for him.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
But if you a new fan, go back and listen to the shit with Rock Marciano too.
The early shit.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
Sink your teeth into that.
Did y'all see that TC drop?
The
Slow Your Roll. Have you seen the new video?
Nah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
We got it on the shit right here.
Oh yeah, put me on.
I got that clip too. I did tell him I don't like the slave shit, but the music's great.
Beat the pussy up 5 more hours. We want money, respect, and power. My niggas turned off leading flower. Yo, niggas burnt, they fuck with ours. Taxing niggas like Uncle Sam. Still got work from my uncle. Damn. Shit, still got work from my Uncle Sam. Trust the best, I'm best for show. Beat the pussy up like I'm broke. Gotta know it's cold outside, can't leave the house without my damn coat. Niggas hating, still say I'm broke. Got 50,000 in a monkey roll. Still tell my baby mama that I'm broke. She still taking me as a joke. I still got bitches on that pole. I still got shooters on payroll. Come inside to the Angel Club, we'll treat your ass like you're on death row. We ain't TDE or OVO or Dreamville, my nigga. We the underdogs, but this underdog got dreams still, my nigga. Don't give a fuck if it's justified. I'll shoot the fire, shit I'm used to fire. Get them euthanized, and it's hard to find a nigga hard as I. My nigga pardon I. Don't take disrespect lightly. Play guilty being your favorite artist. This song right here gonna indict me. I'd be lying if I said that I ain't one of the greatest that ever did this shit, amen. God is good all the time, and all the time, you know the rest. Sometimes you gotta slow your roll just to catch yourself. But just remember, it ain't over till the fat lady sing. I was looking at them, they was looking at me, but they still ain't getting no hand. I was praying to God where the money reside, but I still ain't had no plan. Where the money reside, but I still ain't had no bands. And the land where the big band planned it. All my niggas outstanding. I'm with my people, whether right or wrong, whether tied away for a microphone, in a jail cell or hell. Well, maybe not hell, but if you know, then it goes to show that all my niggas eat well. And if you don't know, well, fuck Slow you. Roll. I was broke as fuck. Nigga, I mean broke. My broke was broke. But like I said, sometimes you gotta slow your roll and hold on to yourself, you know what I'm saying? A cow is a cow, it's a cow farm. It's gonna be cows in the farm. Hold on to yourself.
Huh? Yeah, why would we talk during the video? No, they wrong.
They can't hear you, man.
Yeah,
They
like,
can't hear you, man.
oh yeah, I don't know if the mic's wrong. Oh yeah, I mean like. No, it is. It's a good video.
I definitely liked it.
It's very good
Yeah, it's a
quality.
good video.
Ferrari is that MK, Ferrari Films?
Yeah.
Yeah. He been put out some good shit with TC ever since TC took off.
They
Literally,
going
bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
Literally.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
I talked to him on we went live on Instagram on Wednesday, and he said it was his idea, the slave shit. So I was like, all right, okay, that makes it okay to me. But I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of slavery videos. I'm not a fan of prison videos. It's like we can be in any era, and we choose to be in our most suppressed. I'm not with that, but. Music's beautiful.
Yeah.
He escaped the oppression at the end. It was part of the message, I guess.
I showed my mom that video. She was
What
like,
she think?
he's
What did mom
good.
think?
I like him.
Okay.
Like, all right,
I mean,
mama.
the rapping is fire.
Yeah.
So-
The piano reminds me of.
I'm excited for this nigga new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The piano reminds me of "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst."
Mm-hmm.
Like the.
Slow your roll.
dun, dun.
No, that's fire.
Other clip that we got. This is
Oh, hold on. Where's that Metro Boomin quote? 'Cause I wondered-
Metro Boomin. Okay.
Yeah. There's a Metro Boomin quote that he talked about with albums because I kind of wanted to bring this up to y'all. I think it's something that we've talked about before. But Metro Boomin had a quote where he said, "Where's it at? Pull it up for me." Metro Boomin says many hip hop albums nowadays end up sounding like compilations because too many producers are involved and no one's guiding the overall vision. Saying, "quote, a lot of projects today sound like compilations. They don't sound like one idea or one complete thought. I feel like what you need in hip hop is somebody that's not you to drive the ship. Even if you do have a few different producers on there, cool, but there's still one in charge to make sure whatever they're bringing to the table lines up with what we're doing," end quote. So, do y'all think we need to kind of go back to just having one producer for a project? Or do you think having one producer in charge of the sound is what makes the album sound cohesive sonically?
Not all the time. Like, there's a way to, put the right songs together, and that's a skill, and that just depends on who you got there with you, like putting that shit together, producing it, or just arranging it. I do think it helps, and especially, I see Boley James put out great shit with Nicholas Craven or The Alchemist. It is.
Versace.
Yeah, like if you do got a producer you can lock in with, it does help the record a lot. I don't think that's the only way to do shit, but I don't mind seeing more of that shit. Like,
That's always great. I love it. I love when two produce like Nas and Premier about to finally lock in. They're dropping a project in December.
Yeah,
like
or Ransom and Conductor
Premier.
just put some shit out,
And Conductor.
and he put some shit out with Premier too.
Yeah.
Boley James, Nicholas Craven.
Yeah.
Fire.
It's
The Alchemist been going crazy. Like that.
2 Chainz and Larry June.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which he got snubbed. I think that should have been
Message.
had a Grammy nod.
give Larry June that nod already.
Yeah,
But I think really what Metro Boomin is trying to say, I think really what a lot of albums are missing in today's landscape is executive producers. Like somebody that's in charge of the overall sound of the project. Now, they may not be hands-on in terms of producing, but it's like if Kanye would like to oversee your project, like he's not going to produce all the beats, but he's going to give you a beat or two, but then he's going to have an overhand like rule of like how the album's coming together sonically.
yeah.
So he'll kind of have like a vision that you and him come together on as executive producer and an artist. You guys come with this vision, and then you guys execute this vision, and he kind of makes sure like that vision stays intact, and it doesn't get deterred by like this off-brand sound that you fuck with one time, or like this random sound over here with this producer. Like no, it needs to fit what we're doing conceptually and sonically with this album. Like that's the role of an executive producer, and I think that's something that we do need more of. Because like Travis Scott albums, for example, they have numerous producers on them, but they still sound very cohesive.
Yeah.
Like Rodeo, Birds in the Trap, Astroworld, they all sound like cohesive
or
projects.
Days Before Rodeo.
Days Before Rodeo. Al Farrow.
Shoot,
Like they
Metro
all
Boomin was on
was
that
going
bitch a lot.
crazy. Listen. So, or even Dirty Sprite 2. Dirty Sprite 2 had numerous producers on it, But Metro Boomin was the executive producer.
Yeah.
Like, so he was in charge of the overall sound. He may have produced a couple tracks on there, and then like Southside did a couple, 808 Mafia did some over here and whatnot. But he was in charge of the overall vision and sound for that project. So he made sure like whatever they added to the project fit what they were trying to do sonically and the vision they wanted to execute. And so like I think that's what you need more in hip hop is just like an executive producer. But we also need artists because artists nowadays are very hands-on. We've made it to where artists have to be pretty much independent in everything that they do when it comes to their product, and they have to be very hands-on with everything involved with their product now. So it's like, you know, everything artists make nowadays, it's like it's their baby.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to have somebody just come in and be like, all right, man, let me help you put this together. Like, well, you've never done that before. So like, why are you helping me now?
Yeah.
And who are you? Type shit. So I think it really has to come down to a point where it's like everybody has to be on the same page. Like artists have to be okay with taking a step back and maybe not being as fully hands-on with their projects like they're accustomed to doing, and letting somebody else kind of come in and help guide the vision of the project, or even like an A&R and help them get the right sound they want and make sure everything sounds like it should sound for this project and for the overall goal. Like Metro Boomin does a great job with that on his projects. Like even the last one, Futuristic Summer, like it sounds very ATL because that's what he wanted to do. So like he didn't go and get like Lex Luthor on the album. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't heard that name in a
Actually, I think he's on
Lex Luger?
I think Lex Luger has a production credit on Ferg's album.
word.
I have to. Yeah, I think I heard his tag on one of the songs.
Shit, that makes sense.
You feel me? Like it's in that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think really what hip hop might need is an executive producer role being like replaced and refilled once again. But like I said, that's gonna take a lot of like patience from artists to trust somebody to come in and help guide them with their project and them not be as hands-on with the product and sometimes being told no. Like, you know, Quincy had to tell Mike no sometimes when they're making Thriller. Like, no, we're leaving the violins on Thriller. Shut the fuck up and sing. I will worry about the beats. You sing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to have that conversation with artists. Like, I still remember one of the coolest things G. Watts told me when he was working on his new album out in L.A. with Juice. Who, Juice, if you guys don't know, he's the one that also mixed and mastered Blue Lips.
Yeah.
And the one, I think Juby worked with him too. But he was telling me how, like, I was like, you know, how was it working with Juice on your project? You know, being out in LA and whatnot. And he was like, man, honestly, like, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had with an engineer. Because at one point, he's like, I laid a verse down, and I was just telling him, like, yo, man, let me go in, like, let me knock out another one. I could do it right. The second, let me get in there, do it one more time. And the Juice was, at one point, Juice was like, hey, man, listen. You laid that verse down perfectly. You did everything you needed to do. Now I just need you to let me do what I need to do so we can put this together how we want to put it together. And he said that was the first time an engineer ever just like talked to me straight up like that and told me what I needed to hear.
Let me do my job.
Yeah, like you did your job, bro. Like, and if you're not fucking with it after I'm done working on this, we can do it again. But I fuck with this take. I think you did your job. Now I need you to let me do my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you need to have somebody in the studio with you that you're okay with just having those kind of conversations with, those uncomfortable conversations with sometimes. Because if you have an executive producer in the room with you while you're making your album, you could make a song and he could be like, nah, that doesn't fit. That's not what we're trying to do. And you could be like, nah, but I love this song. But he has to be like, no, it doesn't fit what we do. We have this goal, we have this vision, we have this sound. We need to fit it.
I think, you know, being an artist, there's a lot of people. I could see how it's hard to trust folks.
Yeah.
You know, but your craft and how you eat off of it is dependent upon other people's opinions. So
yeah,
I feel like, you know, it is hard to trust somebody, but you got to think of the value of having somebody that has like another perspective, but who's also just as passionate about you having, you know,
the best product
possible, you know. That's how I look at it as. It's, you know, you gotta lock in with that right one.
Somebody you trust.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Trust the vision, trust their mindset.
It's fucking Jason Martin.
You man.
Shout out my boy Jason Martin.
A hit dog, gon' holler.
That nigga been cooking. He's been speaking to he's putting all the game in the songs, y'all. Go listen to all of them.
I feel like
the last 3 projects.
I feel like anybody on the West Coast right now that's somebody that's on the come up and you making a name for yourself, I think Jason Martin's definitely the artist you got to tap in with and get right. Not that you're not doing nothing cool, not that you're already not working and whatnot, but like I think Jason Martin in the bag that he's been in the last year and a half, I think this is the perfect time to tap in with him and just kind of let him A&R your project for you, help get your project in the right direction to help elevate it.
I feel like that's a good example of someone that, you know, I feel like he's underrated. One, let me go ahead and say that. But I think he's more of a regional legend than like
overall,
Overall,
hip-hop.
yeah,
For sure.
you know. But
And I think he cool with that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Cali artists love Cali, so like they have no problem just being like known in LA and being blown up off that. But it's no different than a New York artist blowing up in New York and only being a star in New York. Like
Yeah.
you can make a good living off that anyway, so they not tripping off that.
right, yeah, that is true. But that's my dog.
You know what I'm
bruh.
saying? He really been running
Man,
it up.
get me through.
Nah, because he really, ever since, I'll say Chupacabra, like, he really just been on, like, his music's really been, I love the content of it because it's really been, like, just, hey, man, lock in. Get your shit together. We all fall off sometime, but we get back up, don't we? Hit dog on holler.
Yeah, the rapping got real crazy out
Yeah.
there. I think that's the maybe I'm just late to the party and probably just late.
Yeah.
But that's what I noticed. I'm like, damn, bro really talking. Like it's effortless.
Yeah.
He really just talking to us.
I think,
so-
like, DocuSign, I think, had one of those like, very talkative flows. Just kind of talking, you see pussies. Pussies.
Hey, with the Drewski, the pussy.
But yeah, man. So I just think maybe an executive producer / A&R is the role we need to get back into because I don't think we just need to go back to just having one producer for an album. I do love the concept though. I love when it does happen, but I don't think you need just one producer on an album to make it successful
Yeah.
or make it sound good. All right, and then we had a Vince Staples clip that you wanted to show us, Andre?
Vince Staples clip.
I'm not sure what this clip is yet.
Oh, I started this.
Here you go.
Are you gonna intro it?
All right,
Oh.
all right, we got a clip of Vince Staples.
Oh, yeah. That's like a nihilist perspective.
All right, we got the real clip now, y'all.
Oh, we got the real clip. Use the water. Get rid of the water. Get rid of the water. Use AI. Fuck water. We don't need clean water. You don't
Fuck
need to shower
reading and
every
fuck
day.
water.
They already trying to tell you don't need to shower every day. I do like that. I do love that quote of like art doesn't equal commerce and vice versa because the things people buy does change. Like think about it for example, right? Even when hip hop was in its peak record sales wise in the 90s and early 2000s, like, you know, Hove's doing 1 million, 2, 3, 4 million, 50 Cent's doing 5 million, you know, Nelly's going 4 times platinum. Like people were going multi-platinum like every couple months, right? But when you really think about it, like how many people are in America? Like overall, like we have millions of people, right?
Yeah.
So if there's millions of people in America and like the prime years of hip hop was like when people were selling 4 to 5 million copies, like that's still a small percentage of the population. Like 5 million record sales is a lot of sales for sure. Like nobody's slacking that by any means. But when you look at the general overall population of America, that's just a small fraction of the people here. And like you said, it's like black people attain for 17% of the population in America. So it's like, even at its peak, it's still a small portion of the population as a whole.
I like how he said that though we take up like a small percentage of the country, that doesn't mean that what we dictate is true or doesn't translate. You know, it transcends between our community. I like that.
And he said, I like the quote. He said, if we was really making black music, we wouldn't be on Billboard charts. Or if we was really making music for us, Is that what we said we wouldn't be on Billboard charts?
Yeah.
Because like when you think about it, like especially the earlier days of black music, like when it was like everything was still on the come up and whatnot, but you had people like Elvis Presley and like that taking off in their music and their genres. It's like black music was always popular, but it was never as popular as Elvis Presley was because we didn't know about these black artists because the industry was very segregated and racist at the time. But they did know about these black artists and they stole some of their talents and their skill sets and applied it to these white artists that were blowing up on a more popular level. So it's like, even though Elvis was more popular, those artists in his era that were better than him because he stole a lot of his swag from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been that theft.
Yeah,
that leech.
Or like,
it's always been culture vultures. But the truth is, the plight of the black or the plight of black people in America is just some white people don't want to hear. Like, in general,
it don't matter how much hip hop they consume.
It don't matter what form it's in, but I mean, it's for us. It's for us to get through, to get by first.
Yeah.
So I feel what he's saying,
and I do like that art. Art and commerce aren't the same thing. Like one does not equal the other. Like everything is just a hobby at the end of the day until you start making money off it. But that doesn't mean because you don't make money off it, it's a failure of a product.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we do need to stress a lot more because we've had these conversations about just like artists and record sales and whatnot and what that may mean for them or like what's that mean for hip hop. But it's like we've had numerous conversations about it, like how record sales don't determine the quality of a product.
Yeah.
Well, it also affects how artists create their art. Like you stop creating from like this genuine place and you just are making things for numbers, or you're forcing yourself to try and make a hit or replicate something, and that takes like the beauty out of it, the fun out of it. And people notice that. People see that shit. They see you trying too hard.
And how many times have we seen like mainstream artists like have a great album come out and then the next album they go complete like pop and sell out? Like you could tell like they're obviously trying to appeal to like the numbers and the mainstream audience and like the pop star fan bases and whatnot. Like, because once you hit that certain level of stratosphere in music, like where you're just like a pop star now, it's like your fan base is so wide and varied that's like it's kind of hard to like appeal to all of them. And so you kind of try to play it safe by making the record friendly radios because you know these are going to be hits and your audience is going to like it and digest it pretty easily, as opposed to like giving them like something that you want to make. Because like I think after a while, like once you hit like a certain tier of success as a musician and you reach like commercial mainstream artist status, it's like now you are making music with like people and their expectations in mind.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of money behind you now. Because like once you become a pop star, like the budgets get bigger, the money behind you gets bigger, the expectations behind you gets bigger, like the tours get bigger. So it's like you kind of do have to navigate shit like it's a business. And like every artist that has reached that level has hit that point where it's like, yeah, you know, I got into this because I loved it, but you know, it turned into a job because like now I'm this huge artist in the world and I got all these expectations from different people, whether the record label, my crew, the fans, like everybody's wanting me to do something different.
Well, I mean, that I appreciate people like Russ more nowadays, and just like
the Russell.
Yeah, or La Russell. People that are a lot. There's a lot of independent artists nowadays. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out Chance.
And I think the Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
Still independent.
But being independent is a commitment to like understanding your business and understanding the kind of deals that you're in. You need to read to be able to do these things. You know.
Message.
Gotta make sure you do the knowledge. And I think if you are gonna make money off your art, it's something to consider. Like it's something that you probably are gonna have to learn about because it's gonna pay your bills. It's supposed to pay your bills. You gotta figure that shit out.
And it's not cheap to make music.
Yeah,
it is not cheap. It's not
Everything
a cheap hobby.
costs.
So I do understand why people are like I gotta make money with this shit.
But to get back to like Russ, he had the idea of like, and this is a risk, but if you understand, if you have the right connections, if you have the right team and people around you, you know, you could bet on yourself. I always believe in betting on yourself, and because you can learn things. Like we do have a lot of access to knowledge and information, and you know, everything. Your dreams is like 6 degrees away from you, you know, and you just got to go out and meet those people. Go have them conversations.
Go change your life. Go network. Go meet somebody. Go do something. Literally anything.
You do the work. And then you go, you know, you go meet people.
It's just that, around. You know what I'm saying? It's just that easy. But yeah, I do love the fact that, you know, art and commerce aren't the same thing. I just love that because, man, there's so much, especially in today's landscape, there's so much emphasis on just like record sales, money, and a lot of other shit that this doesn't really matter when it comes to the overall quality of the products. It's like you can make the best product in the world and it didn't sell anything because like it just some reason it just didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean your idea was a bad one, or that doesn't mean your idea had no value or it's valueless.
I think it works the other way too. Just because something makes a lot of money doesn't make it art as well.
Message.
We see it all the time on the mainstream level.
McDonald's.
Movies.
Yeah, movie
Literally,
shows.
just
Like
because
we see
something-
shit that's just made for easy, quick consumption.
Yeah.
As opposed to like trying to draw real emotions or real thoughts or real feelings out of you.
Yeah. We see you.
Yeah, it's very obvious. Huh? Yeah, I watched the Vince Staples show. Yeah.
It was dope.
It was cool.
I
I like
got
it.
Netflix. I gotta watch.
I
gotta
always-
get some
man.
It was
Netflix.
short, it's like 6 episodes. Like it definitely, I don't know. I definitely was expecting like a little bit more in terms of just like how many episodes we were gonna get. But I like what he gave us.
I liked it better than the first season. His humor is very like dry and dark.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like how like he was in the big ass house
Yeah.
that his uncle OJ left him. So he was just like, all right, I'll clean it up. He
Yeah.
already-
Some of us haven't seen this shit.
So there's a point,
said
right?
that.
Where, yeah, I'm kidding. We'll stop it right there since Andre hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, I definitely would recommend watching it. Pretty entertaining. Now before we wrap this up, man, there's one more clip I want to end this with.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
The main
actually,
note.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I think you've been watching it. The Davies Fabulous Jim Jones pod.
A little bit, yeah. I just be seeing
They going
clips,
viral
like, I
every
don't
week,
even
bro.
They be
watch
going
them.
viral weekly just for dumb shit. And like, there was another clip that I saw today. And I was like, these motherfuckers, bro.
If
So
this, yeah.
This is a clip from their podcast. I think it's a new episode. Mano, Davies, Fabulous Jim Jones. Another classic moment from their podcast.
He's talking about a security guard.
You whisper that? Yo, whispering to any man, I want to see you use that gun tonight is insane behavior, bro.
And Nick Davies got up. He said, "This is done."
You whisper that?
You whisper that.
Fab is always drunk. Fab is always slizzard. Like, yo, just saw
They clipped it.
explaining hands from Davies. Like, yo, son, why did he say that?
You whisper that.
You whisper that? I love how he started off. Sometimes I get in that mode, and I tell him I want to see you use that gun tonight.
And now, what if he caught a body? Like, what are you talking about?
What if you end up like Troy Ave?
Yeah, literally.
You in a
bro.
shootout in the club with your bodyguard now.
Then
Because
what?
Like-
because of this.
All because you wanted to see.
You whispered in
all
that
'cause
nigga ear.
You was in that mode.
You was trying to serenade somebody.
I want to see you use that gun tonight. Nah, that was
Trying to see you blow.
Hey, yo, y'all see that other clip of them going viral? It was like Fabulous's birthday.
Yeah, and they was talking about blowing out the candle.
Oh, where he's passing out? That
Yeah,
one?
he wouldn't blow out the
fainter.
candles.
He wouldn't blow out the
'cause
candles for his
Oh,
birthday because
'cause
he
it's
was
a
like
pause
paused.
moment.
So he was like trying to fan his candles out.
Oh,
You're struggling.
that's crazy, bro.
That's like they're becoming my favorite.
Grown
like,
men can't even blow out their candles now. Come on, what are we doing?
Not in the Publix.
yeah, like not in front of cameras. You
Turn
about
them
to-
off.
Huh?
Turn them off.
Hey, we about to start getting like those little electronic candles that just have like the electronic flame on top.
With the remote.
You know,
Yeah.
blowing on the cake is unsanitary anyway.
Yeah, post 2020, that's actually insane.
Post COVID is like,
Maybe Fabulous was onto something.
Just use the handheld fan.
yeah.
Yeah, like, because we don't need to be blowing saliva and spit on cakes no more.
You know,
Yeah, it's true.
Unless I'm in that mode.
oh god.
Yeah. But,
You
all
know,
right.
hey, I want to say,
Yeah,
proud
go
of you, Joe.
Me?
You haven't used pause this entire episode.
I have. Joe's been going triple viral over here.
Yeah.
Triple plus.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be running it up.
Hey,
Definitely. What?
I just like that gunshot.
It's the gun and the boom. We need other sound effects.
Why?
you know, this sounds
What's
like
up,
when the
yo?
dogs be communicating, they be pressing the button.
This is
Hey.
Fight back. Yeah, where's the punch?
Hey, man. So let's see. What episode is this?
148, man.
148, man. Hey, we have more episodes in the bigger picture, man. But RIP to the bigger picture, though. Like
R.I.P. man.
RIP, man. Drop a bomb for them. This pod was for them. Jeremy Heck, Elliot Wilson, DJ Head. You know we fuck with you. Friends of the pod. You're always welcome on here anytime you want to come through.
Yeah, pull
just
up.
holler at us.
Yeah, prayers
But
to
if you
Gambino.
want us to come through on your show, we're always down to do that, man.
That's true, too.
We'll go to LA. Fuck it. Fly us out there.
Joe's trying to be on the bigger picture, too.
Two.
Hey, bro,
I'm trying to
got
be
you.
on there too.
He's just trying to argue
No,
with
the-
Elliot.
The bigger picture plus.
Like, come on, let's run it up one time, fellas. Let's go. Let's have the collab.
I'm down.
The collab post. Yada yada. Bigger picture.
Yada yada bigger picture.
Let's run it up, man. Hey, once y'all get that going next year, holler at us, man. We always down to work.
Unblock me.
But until then, man, salute to what y'all did. Salute on y'all run. I don't know shit about Alex Savant's podcast. I didn't really fuck with them. But sorry to hear the podcast ended. Royal Mall's still going apparently.
Yeah.
How?
The numbers looking weak.
Our numbers are looking weak.
Our numbers always look
Wait.
weak though. But we building.
Yeah, we are building.
Hey, we did not. Hey, listen. They
Hold
came
on.
from the Joe Budden podcast. Like I'm not. No. Like no. I'm not letting
we
you get that
can't
off.
compare.
Yeah. Like if you were on the Joe Budden podcast and that was your start in podcasting, like you had a huge like leg up on everybody else.
Once we switch the market,
Hey, New York.
the stock's
New
going to
York!
be up.
I'm gonna be inside you next week. Get ready for it.
Shout out to Joe, Corner Joe.
148.
148, ladies and gentlemen. Until next week, man. It's the kid Joe Cornejo, Black Hyphy in the building. Nelson Sebastian! And of course, we got River in the building. Hey, one more time for 8 years of one mic stand. 8 years of yada yada.
Yeah. Here's a Saber man.
8 years. Wow, look at that. Big eights in this bitch.
Yeah.
Big eights in this bitch.
Was it class of 2017?
Yeah,
2018.
2017. Man.
Yeah! Life-changing era. You see it right here in front of you. Until next week, y'all. This the kid Joe Cornejo, Black Hyphy, Nelson Sebastian, River. It's the Yada Yada Podcast. We out.